Alrighty. Let's get her going. Oh, I have to get the actual source in. No momento. Por favor. This should be the right one. Yeah. Alrighty. Welcome in, folks. How's it going? Hello, Toaster. Enjoy the Moogle badge that you will get eventually. Welcome in. It is that time of year again, because there's going to be one more of this time of year. It's FanFest Berlin. We watched the FanFest NA when that happened, and that was a lot of fun, so we're going to do that for this one. Yeah, should be a lot of stuff. I saw that there was I haven't seen anything. I think I might have seen the name of the new job, which I'm assuming was the tank job based on the name. But I saw that there was a extended teaser trailer. That's it. I have not seen anything else about what they announced at FanFest Berlin, so I'm very excited to watch. So we're gonna watch the keynote mainly, which is the first like 2 hours or so, and then we'll see if there's anything else I really want to check out. Probably not. The keynote is the main thing, and then we'll yap about that, and we'll see what happens. I'm hoping to get more information on whether or not I have to eat my words about Evercold potentially being the Final Fantasy V themed expansion. I'm still feeling really good about my theory based on the information that we have. There is still time for me to eat shit. So, we'll find out what happens. Yeah, let's just get right into it. I'm excited to watch, and hopefully the audio for this is good. Let me make sure this is HD. Here we go. Oh, I love the song. This is from FF8. Is that a hint that this is going to be the FF8 expansion? Here we go, baby. And I'll skip ahead if we need to. That's a bit loud. This is also the official YouTube stream, so if this looked kind of jank, it's because of the YouTube compression of the stream. Hold fast to what you must and meet your fate without fear. Let me know if the audio was too loud or too quiet. We're doing the Shadowbringers thing again. Okay. Not beating the Shadowbringers 2 allegations. Go forth, discover, unite the stars into one, right? Blood not bar your path.
One more time.
This is the teaser trailer again, but with more info.
Oh, you know it better than me by now. But if you insist.
Yes! Alright, I'm ready. Tell me about the Promised Land.
Long, long ago, in a time few yet recall.
This still could be the FF7 expansion based on that being the Promised Land they talk about. Comes up in 7 a lot.
Majestic trees stood sentinel over lands without end. From towering peaks sprang rivers, flowing into and feeding the great seas. And noble kingdoms flourished, wanting for naught.
This is all the same so far. gonna see Alize. Nope, just the boys.
But then came the relentless ice. The world grew cold, cold and still. Men succumbed to bitter sorrow. And as we struggled to survive, they marched, and all was lost.
We got all the 4 crystals.
We had no choice but to flee to the skies.
That's new. Who is this? Sid? Ooh, that's cool. That's really cool. There's that tower that we saw in that concept art. Right? Hey! This must be the new class. This is the tank. It is double shields. That's nuts. It is just Britannia in the class. Alright, Meteor is Reaper. Cool. Also, Rogadin. Okay. Rogadin Scion, maybe? Or probably just an ally.
Then what happened?
The land below became a frozen waste. But everything changed when they arrived.
The traveler. The one from the sky.
Aye, though in those days we knew them as Wanderer.
Okay, it ends in the same place. So the part with not karst, or whatever it's called. That was the new part, the new stuff. Alright. Cool, cool. Hey, nobody, game's looking good, it is. I mean, we're not going to get the full trailer until Tokyo anyways, FanFest Tokyo, which we knew. But getting a little extra is nice. Some fun things there. Interesting that he comes out to this song, To the Edge. Again, not beating the Shadowbringers 2 allegations. Hey, there it is. That's pretty sick looking. So, like, double shield. They also look like they have blasters in them, which is nuts.
Hi guys! Welcome to the Final Fantasy XIV Fan Festival 2026 in Berlin!
I like the design of that armor.
Thank you for coming and watching today. My name is Naoki Yoshida.
It's more traditional than I would have
producer
expected.
And director of Final Fantasy XIV. It's so heavy. さあいよいよ始まりましたファイナルファンタジー14ファンフェスティバル2026、ヨーロッパはこのドイツの首都ベルリンからお届けいたします。すいません、ここからは日本語で、お伝えしていきますので、頼もしい助っ人を今回も、呼んでみたいと思います。マイケル・クリストファー・コーチ・フ Fox!
Our man. Mr. Koji Fox himself.
Hey everybody, Michael Christopher Koji Fox. I'm here to be Yoshi-san's English voice today. We've got a long keynote filled with tons of great stuff, so I hope you're excited.
I think this keynote's about 2.5 hours.
Yoshi-san,
Yes?
Based on what I saw.
you're going to be holding those the whole time.
Yeah. I can't click.
Oh, you can't click with. Okay, so maybe we should put them down.
Yeah.
Okay, can we bring on? Let's give Yoshi-san a break. Let him put down the shields.
もっと筋トレすればよかった。
Yeah, you probably should have done a little bit more training before the show.
He's not a young man anymore. Cut him some slack. That armor does look really cool, though. It's not the armor I would have expected, but it is rad.
欧州ファンフェスティバル幕開けは僕の基調講演からスタートしたいと思います。
All right, so like we do with every festival, we're starting things off today with the keynote address.
さあ、よいしょ。あ、いたいたいた。
Okay, you good?
さあさあ、エヴァーコールドティザートレーラー第2弾、今ご覧いただきましたが、いかがだったでしょうか。
So we started the keynote off with the extended teaser trailer for our new expansion Evercold. How was it?
なんかね、僕の格好もね、気になるところだとは思うんですけど。
So now I can see some of you have taken an interest in my gear.
いやー、しかしですね、プロデューサーというのは
Can you translate out Evercold?
私、今
I don't know.
年で53歳になりました。
So it's tough being a producer on a critically acclaimed MMORPG. They make me do
Because
stuff
they
like
usually
this.
have their own names in
I'm 53
Japanese.
years old.
But I guess here they're... Since it's an English or Western audience, they're just using the English title, Western title.
ファイナルファンタジー14を担当した時、僕37歳だったんですけどね。
I started off on Final Fantasy XIV when I was 37,
もう53です。
and now 53.
まあでもこの格好の中身については後ほどゆっくりお伝えしていきたいと思います。
But I will talk a little bit more about this outfit, but a little bit later in the show.
さあそれでは改めてファンフェス
Oh, and call the composer.
ためにも、基礎講演をお
I thought you just made a
届
typo.
けしていきたいと思います。
And so, if you're all ready, let us jump right into the keynote address.
さて北米の基調講演の
Right, we've seen this
エ
before.
ヴァーコールドではねパッチ 6.1 からスタートしているサーガ第2章、神なき世界編がさらに加速していくこと、さらには14そのものが次のステージを目指して進化していくというところをお伝えさせていただきました。
All right, so as you recall, back at Anaheim, we talked a little bit about how since 6.1, the game's main narrative had begun transitioning from the Hydaelyn Zodiarch saga to the current Godless Realms saga. We also talked a little bit about how Evercold would not only continue that transition, but how it would also look to evolve Final Fantasy XIV, taking the game to the next level.
本日の基調講演でも
Are they going to jump right into their new progression systems and stuff? I know people had a lot of questions about that.
詳細そしてパッチ 8.0 ではなくその先の展開についてもお伝えしていこうと思います。
So today, we are going to focus on those changes coming with Evercold to give you better insight into what the future has in store for Final Fantasy XIV at 8.0 and beyond.
情報量非常に多くなります。多分2時間ちょっとかかると思いますんで、ぜひ最後まで皆さんリラックスして家にいるかのように、基調講演楽しんでいただければと思います。
All right, so like Anaheim, we've got a lot of information to cover. We expect this keynote to run at least 2 hours. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the presentation.
I got time.
さあ、ではまずストーリーに関する項目、新たに公開されたトレーラー第2弾の情報も交えてお伝えしていきましょう。
Okay, so to begin, let's explore a little bit more of Evercold's story, highlighting those new additions that we saw in the teaser trailer.
まず パッチ 7.5 で公開されたメインクエストパート1でも名前が出てきましたが、光の戦士の皆さん、いよいよ冒険の舞台が共造世界の一つである第4世界へと移ることになります。
So, for those of you who have played through part 1 of the main scenario quest released in patch 7.5, you know that 8.0 will be taking the Warrior of Light to the 4th.
そこは氷の力に侵食され、
This reflection of the source has fallen into ruin.
全てが凍りつき、人々は空へと逃げ出した世界です。
The world having been consumed by ice, the people abandoned the land.
つまり人々は大地
Yeah, we saw this tower in the
生きることをやめ、
concept
巨大
art.
空挺を作って
This is the one with the
その
maybe
空に求めました。
X-Death
So
helmet
they
at the
took
top.
to the skies, building great airships to take them and their homes there.
先ほどトレーラーでも出てきましたが、今回の冒険の舞台フィールドはその巨大飛空艇の上に存在しています。
So, to put things simply, much of your time on the 4th will take place upon areas that sit atop these massive vessels.
世界を飛空するこれらを
That's
人
pretty cool.
々は大陸船と呼んでいます。
To the people of the 4th, these vessels are known either as realm ships,
その総称は5隻の生存領域フィム・ヒムナルと呼ばれています。
or by their collective name, the Fim Himnar, or the Five Firmaments.
こちら今
Five
映像で出て
firmaments.
おりますのが水の大陸船ナグルファルという名前です。
Here we have the first of the five, Naglfar, or the realm ship of water.
そして同じくこちらもフィム・ヒムナルの一つ火の大陸船フリングホルニという名前になってます。
Here is another of the realm ships, Hringhorni, the realm ship of fire.
Going straight for that
そして
Nordic naming.
今
All
回
right.
新たに登場したキャラクターいましたね。
Of course, you'll meet all sorts of new characters on these ships.
Look at the veneers on this
シー
guy.
ルドこう回してたんですけどね。
You saw him spinning those shields around.
俺もやりたかったんですけど
You wanted to do that too?
筋力が足りませんでした。
Not enough muscle.
Hey,
明ら
Doppel.
かにちょっと
Oh, my
新しいジョブのようなね
monitoring
雰囲気ですかね。
So yeah, you can
thing is
probably
busted, so
expect
that didn't
maybe
play.
This guy is one of the new jobs.
Thank you for the 19 months of Tier 1. What a great day for her. Welcome in. How's it going?
その名をビスナと言います。
Of course, the game will be introducing a lot of new characters as well.
That
Here's one of
should
our
work.
key characters in Evercold. Her name is Visna.
Visna. Okay.
この世界を覆うさまざまな
I don't know why that
そして謎
alert
に
didn't play on my end.
Of course, the everlasting
Could be
cold is
correct,
not the
but
only threat
thank you so much.
that the fourth faces.
Welcome in. Oh, you saw and heard it?
トレーラーでも出てました。
That's all we need.
探求者として世界を渡り真実を探し求めます。
So to learn the truth behind the fourth's fate, the warrior of light must leave Eorze behind and become the far wanderer.
さて今回
Okay, so the Warrior of Light is the Far Wanderer. That busts my Zen theory.
But that's all I can tell you about the new storyline today.
もちろんですねメインクエストパート2がまだ残っていますので物語はそこへ引き継がれていきます。ぜひ
Immediately after dinner. No worries,
パート2
Doppel.
の方で皆さんのそ
Have
の
a good
目
dinner.
でお確かめいただければと思います。
Fortunately, however, you will not have to wait too much longer for more information because the upcoming patch 7.56 will shed more light on the Warrior of Light's upcoming journey.
メインクエストパート2はパッチ
Can we get a release date?
7.56として2026年9月8日公開予定です。
So please look forward to part 2 of the main scenario quest coming with patch 7.56 on September 8th.
September 8th. Okay. Just over a month away. Like
さ
a
あ
week?
それでは
2 weeks?
こ
2 weeks
こ
in
か
a
ら
month?
怒涛の勢いで
Month and a half?
新情報を出していきますので、一緒に盛り上がっていきましょ
All right, so now let's explore some of the exciting new features we can all expect in Evercold.
う。まずはこちら
Starting with this.
Getting right into it, baby.
まずはジョブのお話から参りましょ
It's time to talk about the jobs.
う。今回この基調講演でご紹介するのは2つ実装されるジョブの新しいジョブのうち1つ目 タンクジョブです。
So as promised, today we're going to be revealing the first of our 2 new jobs planned for Evercold, our tank.
And this is Bastion.
詳細情報をいろいろお話ししてもねいいんですけど開発進んでおります。今日は先に動画をご覧いただこうかなと思います。
So before I tell you about it though, development is progressing along nicely, so I'd rather show you. Let's roll the tape.
Yes. Of course, they're playing Black Wolf Reds again. Or no, this is not Black Wolf Reds again. Fucking Zeralja's theme. So it's kind of like a monk tank, which is cool. He very much just punches with him. Okay, so we're kind of doing a paladin thing, but of ranged and physical. You switch between. Fun. Cool. Nope. God, that theme slaps. Contrail's OST is so good. Bastion.
新たなタンクジョブその名をバスティオンと言います。
That's how we're introducing our new tank, the Bastion.
こちら
Now the real question is the shirt that he was wearing also a
As you
hint
can
for
see from
the
the
range
artwork, they're
DPS?
quite formidable.
装備はこういったファンタジー要素の非常に強いものからメカニカルなものまでかなり幅広くなる想定です。
As for their gear, the design is a broad blend of both high fantasy and mechanical aesthetics.
ではジョブの詳細、見ていこうと思います。
All right, so now let's take a closer look at the job's specs.
まずバスティオンの特徴です。ロールはメインタンクとなります。
So, as I explained last FanFest, the job's role will be a tank, or to be more specific, a main tank.
前回の基調講演でもお伝えした通り新ジョブであるバスティオンバトルモードはエボルブモードのみになりますのでご注意ください。
All right, and also, like I mentioned before, Bastion being a new job will only have one of the action modes that we have planned, and that is the new mode, the evolved mode.
Right? They talked about that last FanFest.
武器ですが
The
魔法
what?
と呼ばれる
Skillborg?
一体の武器を使用します。
All right, as for their weapons, those would be the twin shields known as the Skiltborg.
Rolls right off the tongue.
正直なところ本当重いっす。
Really heavy.
熱いもん。
It's too hot. Wait, I got you covered.
Oh, thanks.
This is an accessory for all bastions.
Yes. ちゃんとセット
If there's
した。
something happening, it's off screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
俺は何？ファンフェスグッズなのかな？
FanFest goods?
ぜひ熱いと思うんで使ってくださいね。
Yeah, when it's hot, you know where to go.
では続いていきましょう。
Oh, that's where, yes.
Take a look.
バスティオン初期レベルはレベル90からスタートします。
All right, Bastion level, we'll start at level 90.
そしてですね、ジョブクエストの開始はリムサロミンサからスタートとなり
Yeah,
ま
this
す。
seems like a Limsa thing.
Unlock quest line will begin in Limsa Luminsa.
いち早くですね、8.0の冒険バスティオンでプレイするよという方は、このクエストのスタートタウンお忘れないようにお願いします。
So those of you who want to be one of the first to take up the Skiltborg, you know where to log out come that final server maintenance.
続いてちょっとなんか絵にならないねこれ持ってる。
Yeah. You can come and get it anytime.
オッケーオッケ
I
ー。
got you.
Thank you。続いてバトルのイメージいきましょ
All right, now as for how combat is going to play out,
う。まずロアですね。あれ行かない。 あ、いたいたいた。はい、ジョブの設定ですが、原初世界、北洋に位置する島に伝わる、古武術となっています。
So job lore states that the Bastion uses ancient martial techniques originating on the remote islands in the northern empty back on the source.
先ほどもご紹介したようにね、こう魔鋼と呼ばれる、非常に大きな盾に似た武器を使います。
And the fighting style incorporates the use of twin great shields known as the Skiltborg.
この武器は先ほどご覧いただいたトレーラーにもあったように変形機構を持ってます。
So these shields not only offer protection, but they transform to offer potent offensive options as well.
近接攻撃と遠隔攻撃を切り替えることが可能になっています。
The Skiltborg can be manipulated in battle, opening up varying playstyles from high-speed melee combos to long-range attacks.
今やってみせようと思ったけど無理っぽいから。
You wanted to show everybody, but it's need more muscle?
いや、後でトレーラーもう一回見てください。
Okay, yeah, we'll show you the trailer again, so.
さらにですね、タンクとしてなんですが、いかないね。あ、いったいったいった。タンクとしての特徴の一つに、パーティーメンバーをあらかじめ指定して任意のアクションを実行することで、防御バフとか回復効果というのを与えることが可能になってます。
As for protection, that extends to party members as well as yourself, with the Bastion's ability to target allies
Hey,
with
Sprout, welcome in.
specific healing and defensive spells.
How's it going?
さて、なんとなくイメージができたと思いますので、今のこの
You're just in time for
説明を踏まえて
FanFest.
もう一回、動画を見てみようと思います。
So now, with that all fresh in your mind, let's take one more look at the video from earlier. Roll the tape.
Okay, we'll watch this again. Interesting, okay. I mean, it very much gives Monk and Paladin together. Because he does just fucking wail on somebody with the shield. Ever catch you guys on EU time? You guys are up at like 4 a.m. Yeah. I mean, when this FanFest went live, it was 2 a.m. my time. So it was like, I could theoretically stream it if I stay up super late. But I was not going to do that. But it's good to see you. I assume based on how Evolved mode seems to want to work, that you can probably switch between the modes freely, unlike something like Paladin. So the FanFest of reasonable hours, Berlin's just a few hours away, yeah. I mean, even for here, 2 a.m. isn't that bad, but I'd already streamed that day. And I can't stream that late. But we're watching it now.
というわけで新たなタンクジョブバスティオンの紹介でした。
And that was our first new job, the Bastion.
すいません、暑くて。
I'm sorry, it's so hot up here.
Yeah, Bastion as a Lalafell is gonna be really funny.
I got you.
Sorry.
I got you. It's okay.
It's so, I mean, every job is kind of funny as Lalafell, but especially
Yeah,
tanks.
you mean back in medieval times, people were fighting in armor like this?
さあ、今回ね、一つ目の新しいジョブご紹介しましたが、
That's why I wanted to be Dark Knight until Dark Knight turned out to
新
be
ジ
really
ョブの情
disappointing.
報はすいません、日本でお伝えしたいと思います。
Now, as for our second job, I apologize. That will be announced in Tokyo later this year, so please look forward to it.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, we knew that.
Oh.
Oh,
すいません、ぜひ楽しみにお待ちください。
Fortnite.
please look forward to it.
新ジョブ第1弾バスティオ
It's
ンを
almost
ご
a Dark
紹
Knight.
介したところで、
Is that the original of Darkness in Legend of Zelda? There's supposed to be Dark Knights? And it was just weirdly translated? Is that the origin? I never thought of that until you said that.
So now that we've talked a little bit about Bastion, let's take a closer look at the new areas that you'll be able to explore in the fourth and see how far along in development we are.
今回トレーラーでも新たに公開されたフィムヒムナル 5隻の生存領域ですが、制作も非常に順調に進んでますので、動画、イメージボード、スクリーンショットなどを使ってお伝えしていこうと思います。
So as I mentioned earlier, and as you saw in the trailer, there are 5 great realm ships known as the FFXIV Hymnon. And as luck would have it, we have brought some art, video, and screenshot to give you a better look at some of these under development areas.
Cool.
まずは冒険の舞台となる水の大陸船ナグルファルからご紹介していきます。
So first up is the first of our 5 firmaments, the realm ship of water, Naglfar.
こちらはですね、開発順調に進んでおりますので、動画でまずはご覧いただこうかなと思います。
All right, fortunately, this area is already in the later stages of development, so we were able to prepare a video walkthrough to introduce you to some of the sites. Roll the tape.
Ah, so this is the place we saw before. Is it? It's the same crystal because it's got that erosion at the bottom that I recognize. But it looks like it's not straight up. It looks like it's tilted. Maybe it is. Once again, Soken does not miss. It's interesting that it looks just very much like a normal zone, except it's on a ship. Those towers make me think that they're gonna be like Breath of the Wild towers. Ubisoft radio towers. Yeah, 5 ships. For this one is water. I assume the other 4 are based on the elements. We saw one that was fire. I think it'd be wind, earth, and something else? Yeah, heart. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it would make sense if it was 6, because you'd have Umbral and Astral, light and dark. Dark and light. But I don't know.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you.
そして今流れてたね、音楽。8.0の新
Interesting that the sky looks
So, did you all notice
almost like a
that the music in
frozen
the video was a new
window,
composition?
like frozen glass.
Lightning.
That's the other one.
楽曲の制作も順調に進んでおります。新しいサウンドいかがだったでしょうか。
So Gen and his sound team have been hard at work. How was it?
The man does not miss.
今ご覧いただいたフィールド、あれがそもそも超巨大飛空艇の上に存在しているということになります。
So I imagine you are all laser focused on the details in this new area that exists atop the realm ship Naglfar.
で今のがナグルファルという船の上そのものがフィールドになってるんですが、まあじゃあ実際ね、船の外側、空がね、どんな風にこう動いていくのか、今までのエリアとはまた違った、天候とか、環境状況とか、我々チャレンジしてますので、その見栄え、見た目にもぜひご期待ください。
But what is it like outside the ships? What is it like atop the ships? What is the weather going to be like? What are the environments going to be like? There are so many different questions, and the dev team is trying lots of new things in their design of this area.
そして船体の中央にある巨大なクリスタル、第4世界では
I did mention that there was going to be a thunderstorm today. Hopefully we don't lose
I
power.
also noticed the giant crystal at the center of the ship that we are calling the Arc Crystal.
アーククリスタルがどのような役割で各船に設置されているのか、ストーリー上どんな役割を果たしていくのか、ぜひ想像しながらいろいろね、こう妄想をね膨らませてみてもらえればと思います。
All right, so now these crystals not only serve a practical purpose on each realm ship, but they also play an integral part in the main scenario. But as to how, you'll have to speculate.
まあでもさすがね、水の大陸船と呼ばれるだけあって非常にね水が豊富なようには見えます。
I'll have to compare the concept art
from a name.
Or the art that we
Water.
saw
Water is also a prominent
from the
feature
water
of
crystal in the
Naglfar's
first
locales.
Fan Fest and the water crystal there.
続いては
Because I don't think they're the
プレイヤータウン
same.
の方を見ていこうと思います。
Next, I'd like to introduce the newest player town area.
今ご紹介した水の大陸線ナグルファルに存在するプレイヤータウンの紹介となります。
This is the player town that exists on Naglfar,
そのタウン名ファルガルスと
Falgalthar
呼ばれています。
and its name is Falgarth.
Or
これをちょっ
Falgarth.
と先にねイメージイラスト見てみましょう。
All right, let's take a look at some artwork.
Yeah, we
こちら
saw
は
this
ね
before.
前回
Okay.
の北米のファンフェスでもご紹介した
It kind of looks like Gridania,
This
yeah.
art probably looks familiar.
It's like
seeing as
Gridania and
we
Old
first heard
Charlian
about
mashed together.
Anaheim.
もちろんこちらも開発進んでおりますので、ウォークスルーの動画を用意いたしました。
But today we have brought some in-game footage to better show you the town sites.
ただ一個ごめんなさい注意点
Wait,
ございます
you have one thing.
こちらの動画に流れるミュージックも新曲です。
You'll notice that in the music in this next trailer that we're going to show is also a new composition.
ただしですねタウンの曲ではないです。
But it is not actually the song that's going to play in the town in-game.
まあこれ実は
Okay.
このタウンのミュージックの制作がまあなかなかねまだスケジュール的にはこの先だったのでもともとはオールドシャーレアンのミュージックを当てて皆さんにねこうお届けする予定だったんです。
So the reason behind that being is then we're still early in development, especially when it comes to sound. And so the sound for this area wasn't finished in time for the trailer. So originally, we were just going to put in some temporary music, maybe like Old Charlian.
でも動画をねトレーラーチェックしてたらすごいよくできてたのでいやーできればあんまりこうオールドシャーレアンのイメージつけたくないなっていう話をしたところ
And so, but then I finally got the trailer and I was doing my checks and I was looking at it and thinking, no, Old Charlie doesn't fit here. It would be great to have some new music.
サウンドディレクターの祖見がですね、一晩で新しい曲を
Yeah,
作
of
って
course, the
Soken
madman.
made a new track in one night.
Jesus Christ. Oh my
た
god,
だし
Soken.
すいませんさっきも言ったようにこれ実際のタウンの曲ではないのでそこだけご了承ください、
But again, please note that this isn't going to be used in the town.
祖見ちゃんと言っといたからね
Soken, we told them, just like you asked. They know.
さあそれでは動画ご覧いただきましょう
All right, let's roll the tape.
Made the song in one night. Fucking madman. This reminds me of the one area in Shadowbringers, the final area. Before you get to the town that Emmett Salk recreates, or like the Ondo area. It kind of reminds me of that. It's got like a little bit of Crystarium to it as well. The fact that it looks like it's underwater is really cool. That's a nice touch. Also, I like the hat on that Reaper. That's a good red mage hat. Did I pre-order? No, I haven't pre-ordered yet. But I will. Probably the Ultimate Edition as well. Because I'm a simp.
さあいかがだったでしょうかプレイヤータウンである
I didn't regret it for Dawn Trail, and I doubt I'll regret it here.
戦艦ナグルファルの中に、建造されています
So I hope you enjoyed that. Not only is the town of Falgarth constructed within the realmship of Naglfar,
ただね上空見るとちょっとねバリアみたいなものに囲まれているように見えますね
it appears to be contained within some sort of protective barrier that you can see in that shot.
こちらは小型飛空艇の発着場のようです
So here we have what appears to be a landing for some smaller airships.
まあこちらからもねバリアのようなドームがね見えてますね
And we can see that barrier dome from here as well.
こちらは前回、基調講演でもご紹介したマーケットの様子、制作も順調に進んでおります。
And here we have the market area that we showed off in Anaheim. As you can see, development of this location is coming along nicely.
はい、このタウンでね、皆さんさまざまな出会いと冒険が、始まっていくことになりますので、ぜひファルガールズ、ナグルファルという船とともにね、覚えておいてください。
Again, there will be lots of encounters and adventures waiting for you in this town of Falgarth on the ship of Naglfar.
Falgarth is going to take me a while to get used to. I'm going to keep wanting to say Falgalthar.
Let's move on to our next area.
こちら次にご紹介するのが火の
These names aren't as bad as some of the Dawn Trollots, but
So next
oh
up,
boy.
let's do a brief walkthrough of our second of the 5 firmaments, the realm ship of fire, Hringhorn.
こう見えても飛空艇なんです。
As you can see, it is an airship.
先ほど公開したティザートレーラー第2弾でも登場したエリアとなります。
You'll recall that this area appeared in today's extended trailer.
こちらもですね、動画をご用意しましたので、ウォークスルーでまずはお楽しみいただこうと思います。
And again, just like Naglfar, we have prepared a video to show it off.
さてこちらも新曲なのかどうかご注目ください。
Again, listen close to see if we use a new track here as well. Roll the tape.
Oh, that's like a weather pattern in the sky. It's all icy. Okay. Ooh. Pretty. I assume this is going to be like Shadowbringers, where you do the thing and the ice goes away, like the light in the first. Once again, Shadowbringers 2. Icy Boogaloo. Does look pretty cool. I haven't seen anything that busts my theory on this being the FF5 themed expansion yet. We're not there yet. I'm still holding strong. Part of this almost gives me FF13 vibes, actually. Which concerns me. For biased reasons.
はい、ありがとうございました。
Thank you.
こちらもね、新曲でしたね。
It was a new track.
火の大陸船という
It
そ
was
の
a new
名前の通り、巨大な炉とかね、溶けた鉄のようなものが、多く見受けられたんじゃないかなと思います。
So, and as we'd expect from a realm ship of fire, this place looks definitely hot, with what looks like some foundries and rivers of molten metal.
でもこちらの空ね、ファルガルズのドームとはまたちょっとね、違った様子ですね。
Again, even that protective dome that we saw back in Falgarth looks different here, giving the sky a different hue.
まあ先ほど紹介したナグルファルの中でもね、一部映ってたと思うんですが、上空ね、第4世界という、世界の環境がね、どうなっているのか、このあたりもね、ちょっと注目して見ていただけると嬉しいです。
So just as on Naglfar, it looks like while on the realm ships, despite the cold below, you're going to be able to experience all different kinds of environments up in the sky.
船の上、飛空艇の上とはいえ、フィールドには森や
So what's the sixth zone? Is it the
So
surface?
atop these airships, you're going to have forests and lakes.
どうしてもね、こう巨大飛空艇とはいえ、飛空艇の上にフィールドが存在するっていうと、あれもしかして今までよりもフィールド小さくなるのかなって心配する方もいらっしゃるかもしれませんが、フィールドの規模はいつもと同じかちょっと
I guess ice is the sixth element in
ご心配なく。
So I know what a lot of
FF14
you are
elements.
thinking
It's its own
is
thing.
that if you're going to have these fields on top of the airships, that the fields are going to be smaller. They're not. They're either going to be the same as the field size that we've had in the game up until now, or even sometimes larger.
今回ご紹介する、フィールド第4世界の良さここまでなんですが、
Big ass
他
ships.
の 船も含めて少しだけアートワークお見せしたいと思います。
So those are the only walkthrough videos that we have today, but I did bring a few pieces of artwork for some of the other locations and realm ships.
Ooh, that top one is cool.
デザインも形
That
状
bottom
も
one makes me think of
かなり
Shadow of the
異なって
Colossus.
ますね。
So as you can see, there's a lot of variety in their design and shape.
さあこれらの引く手の上でですね、皆さんの冒険どうなっていくのか。
Lightning down
ぜひ
there,
楽し
and
み
I
に
think
お
maybe
待ちくだ
air
さい
up top?
So again, what kind of adventures await atop these realm ships, you'll have to see.
まあ今はね、今回シナリオのスポイ
Yeah,
ラー
I mean, that one's gotta be lightning. It's got lightning all over it. That one's not lightning. I'm gonna be a little annoyed.
冒険の世界も一旦今日お伝えするのはここまでにさせていただこうと思います。
And again, as is always, we can't talk too much about these areas without giving too much away. We know there's a lot of people on social media that are saying, you know, we don't want to know too much, so we're going to just leave it with this for today.
はい、
Got a whole other fan fest to go.
では今第4世界という部分をお伝えしてきましたが、システム系のアップデート、特にねメインクエストに関するシステム面のアップデートちょっとお知らせしていきたいと思います。
So now let's take a look at some of the system changes to be expected in 8.0 with a focus on that main scenario.
These are the big ones that they said that they were going to go over in Berlin.
これまで同様にストーリー展開を重視した内容になってい
Very
ます。
interested to see what
So
they
as was
change.
the case with previous expansions, we consider the main scenario narrative one of the key components of 8.0.
一方ではこれまで固定化されてたねストーリー展開、特にエリアの攻略順番というところに今回変化をつけるという試みをしています。
So that said, we wanted to switch things up a little bit this time by offering more options as to how individual players approach and proceed through the fixed content.
これまでは
Really?
新しい物語が始まると序盤の一部だけちょっとねストーリーが2つに分岐するみたいなところあったと思うんですけど、それをさらに進化させて特定のエリア攻略以降どのエリアから攻略して物語を進めていくか、それは光の戦士皆さんである、あなた自身が決めていくという内容になっています。
Is he about to say you can go to each
So
area
while we
whenever you
dabbled
want?
with tiny bits of branching narrative back in other expansions, for 8.0 we're going to try something new. After every player has experienced the same onboarding quests, we want to be opening up the 8.0 narrative to allow players to choose which areas they tackle next, meaning that different players can do different things.
ですので、
Okay.
物語の中盤、プレイヤーごとに
This is mainly big because of how it's gonna fuck with the leveling.
待っています。
And again, because different players can take different paths, that means you'll potentially be experiencing the story in a different order than other players.
まあ言葉だけじゃねよくわかんないと思うんで、ちょっと図解でお知らせします。
But, you know, let's show you what we mean in this next slide.
例えばエリア A 大タウンを含めて、まあプレイヤー誰もがねみんな共通でエリア A は攻略します。
All right, so to better explain, everyone starts, for example, in Area A and proceeds through that first part of the main scenario quest and town.
その後のエリア B、C、D というのは物語を進める上で必ずこの3つ、ちゃんと冒険をしなければいけないんですが、
But again, instead of then traveling to B, then to C, then to D, and tackling those areas in a fixed order,
例えば A から攻略するのC から攻略するのかとか D から攻略しようとか、いやいや B から行くよみたいなのはその順番光の戦士である皆さんが決めてください。
players will be allowed to tackle those next three in any order they like. For example, you want to go to C first, and then D, and then B, that's fine.
こんな感じで順不動で攻略していく。
So, I mean, they kind of do this in other expansions. They did this in Dawntrail at the start of it.
例えばエリア A 物語攻略した後、僕は D へ進んで
But how is the leveling gonna
物語を
work?
クリア。
So for example, after clearing A, I move on to Area D.
一度 A に戻った後、今度は B のエリアを攻略で攻略したらまた A に戻って続いて C へのように、突破するエリア自分たちで選んで進んでいくことになります。
And so after completing A, you move on to D. You complete D, you move back to A. Then you go to the next one, for example, B, and then move back to A. Then finally go to C and finish that.
じゃあ今の説明をドットキャラで動かして表示するので見てください。
Okay, so now follow the character on the screen.
はい、D 行きました。コンプリートして、
Complete
A バック。B ってコンプリートした。戻ってくる。で、C コンプリートした。そして、新しいエリアへと進んでいくみたいな。
And then again, after clearing all of those three in any order, you all convert the story once again. The path reconverges on the fourth area.
物語はもちろん壮大な大きな一つのお話となっていますが、道中が皆さん自身の手でね、お話の順番が変わるということです。
So of course, this means that players will be experiencing the overarching story in different orders.
最後に来るめちゃくちゃ大きな結末にこの選択が影響することはないので、ただ分岐がたくさんあるので、いろんなルートで多分プレイヤー同士の会話が先そっち行くとそんな話が出てくるんだみたいな、かなり分岐は多く今回作っていますので、ぜひ他のプレイヤーの皆さんとそっち行ってみたらどうだったみたいな話をしてもらえると嬉しいなと思ってます。
So whatever order you decide to tackle those three areas in is not going to affect the outcome of the story. That said, because players are going to be going in, to these areas in different orders, that knowledge about the story is going to be different for every player. So that means that players are going to be talking about stuff, and you'll be able to learn from other players what maybe they hadn't seen yet, and create conversations that way.
I mean, it's a fun little bit of player choice to be able to be like, this place seems cool, I'm going to do this one first.
So yes, don't worry. No players are going to die in one of the branches, and then you have a big spoiler reveal somewhere. That's not going to happen.
もちろん、これによってですね、レベリングの差が生まれたりしてきます。
I think you just said
だからマッ
leveling.
チングにもね、ちょっと影響するんじゃないのという心配あるかと思います。
Now, you might think that this has the potential, again, to cause some problems with player leveling and party matching for main
Yep.
scenario content.
Exactly my question.
そちらについてもですね、サポートするシステムを開発しております。
But do not worry, we've got you covered in that aspect.
新たなバランスアジャスト。
I had a feeling they had something like this in their back pocket.
インスタンスダンジョンと特定のフィールドなどでは新しいね、このバランスアジャストっていう仕組みが動作するようになります。
So in Evercold, we'll be introducing an all-new auto-balancing feature for a handful of fields and select instance dungeons that are affected by the branching narrative.
Instant
先ほど紹介した
dungeons.
B、C、D の3つのフィールド、そしてそこに存在する3つのインスタンスダンジョン、これらはどの順番で攻略しても OK になるので、プレイヤーの皆さんのジョブレベルが人によって結構バラバラになります。
So for example, let's go back to those B, C, and D areas and their instance dungeons that we talked about earlier. Because players will be able to go to these areas, B, C, and D, in any order that they like, it means that players will be experiencing them in all sorts of different job levels.
よいしょ。はいはい、こういう感じですね。みんなバラバラのレベルになってますね。
So everyone is at different job levels.
モンスターも当然強さっていうのがね変わってきます。だからフィールドにあるモンスターとかフェイトとか、これらはプレイヤーのジョブレベルに応じてモンスター側やダンジョン側の、難易度が自動的に調整されるようになってます。
So to alleviate any potential problems and flatten out the playing field, no matter which order you choose and who you party with, we will be implementing a system that adjusts enemy and fate and dungeon difficulty in the area based on each player's individual current level.
この3つに関して、想定している強さ、に応じて我々システム側がバランスをちゃんと調整しますよということになります。
So basically, we'll be taking that, and on the system side, we'll be adjusting and balancing that battle difficulty in real time.
ただこれ実際にプレイしてみないと分かんないと思うので、
The
なん
Millions
かいい
emote.
感じになるんだと思っておいてください。
Now, this
So
is
the
probably
player
one of
level's not
those things
affected.
that will be better understood by actually playing it. So for now, you'll just have
That's
to take
good.
my word for it and trust that job level won't be a problem when it comes to the branching narrative.
なので皆さんは自由に冒険してもらえればなんかいい感じになると思っててください。
So yeah, you'll go into these levels and things will be fine. Trust us, we'll make them fine.
これをやることでこれまでクエストとかインスタンスダンジョンで装備ギアの報酬もらって相手レベル上げてったと思うんですけど、今回攻略順番が変わることによって、報酬のアイテムレベルどうするんだろうみたいなところがあると思うので、それらもですね。
Is this their answer to people getting down leveled in old content and complaining?
So you're probably thinking, what about dungeon rewards then? Up until now, gear rewards earned from quests and instant dungeons were bound to fixed item level and equipable level. But this too will be changing to give players more freedom to choose when and in which order they wish to tackle certain content.
いずれにせよですね、皆さんの冒険がより
Because if your level's not affected, then you still get all your fun toys. Go through the dungeon.
行ってますよというお知らせでした。
So as I said, these changes and updates are being made with the goal of giving you more agency when choosing how you want to play.
今のところ
I don't hate that. I'm not sure how this is going to affect the narrative,
特定のインスタンスダンジョンのみで
But-
操作します。
So currently,
Getting
this
tossed
new
into an old
system is
dungeon and not
only
getting
going to be
down-leveled
available in
sounds
select fields
pretty rad.
and instance dungeons released in 8.0 for the main scenario.
ただしですね、この新しい仕組みを使った新たなコンテンツ、新しいコンテンツカテゴリー作っていこうとして今設計中ですので、そういったものにもぜひご期待ください。
But we are already thinking up new ways to incorporate this in exciting new content moving forward.
さあ、メインクエストに関した情報はここまで。
All right, so that's all we have regarding the narrative. What's up next?
あやまな。
You want some water? Okay. You look really hot.
Yes。
Yeah, I get you this.
基調講演が終わったらね、僕2、3キロ痩せてんじゃないかな。
You think that this is a good way to lose weight? You'll be 1 or 2 kilograms down by the end of the show.
すいません。
Gonna pass out on stage.
というわけで、ストーリー展開ね、やっぱりあんまり知りたくないという声、今回本当多いので、あまりね、事前にお話しするのは、ここまでにしとこうかなと思ってます。
So again, like I mentioned before, we've had a lot of feedback from fans on social media saying that they don't want us to reveal too much regarding the story before the launch. So I'll try to control myself from here on out.
ぜひ今日お知らせした内容をね、頭の中に入れつつ、パッチ 7.56 で展開されるメインクエストパート2を楽しみにしてください。改めてメインクエストパート2、公開日は9月8日になっております。
So for now, you'll just have to speculate at where this takes us, and also check out the hints that we're going to be dropping in patch 7.56. Remember that part 2 of the main scenario to Evercold is coming in a little more than a month on September 8th.
はい、続いては、ここから北米の
Okay.
基調講演でもお伝えしました。
I don't hate that idea. It concerns me based on how the narrative might get affected, but gameplay-wise, that's solid.
いくつかの項目では、その詳細をちょっとお伝えしていこうと思います。
So next up, I'd like to talk a little bit about how we look to evolve Final Fantasy XIV's game design, recapping what we talked about in Anaheim, as well as providing a little bit of new world-first information.
まず一番大きかった部分ですが、こちら、デイリーベースのゲームデザインからウィークリーベースに変えますよという部分
Alright, so they're getting into this again.
そのものを大幅進化させていきます。
So as we talked about in Anaheim, again, that
I have
first
to
big plan
close my
is to
window a little
change
bit.
from the
It's
ground
pouring
up
right
how
outside.
players tackle content, moving from a system that encourages rewards and rewards daily consumption of content to one that's more weekly based.
まあ特にね、プレイスタイルっていうところをこうフリーからね、デイリーからウィークリーに
I don't want to close my window because
好きな
it'll
コンテ
get
ン
too
ツ
hot
を
in here.
皆さん自由にプレイしてもらうことで
That's
ポ
fine.
イントを
You hear a
貯め
little
て
thunder in the back wall. It's
させて
atmosphere.
いくというデザインにしていきます。
So in other words, players can earn these points across the span of a week rather than a day by playing a variety of different content and then use those points to grow their characters or their gear.
もちろんその週だけでなく、その週のポイントを全部貯め切った場合には、もし前の週のポイントがまだ
We knew this.
貯め切れてないのであれば、まあ前の週のもね、
I am a fan of going more weekly rather than daily.
まあ忙しい現代の
Daily- dailies start to feel like homework after a while.
合わせて 毎日コツコツプレーすることもできるし、時間のある時にまとめてプレーするっていうことも可能にして、冒険の自由度を、上げていきたいと思ってます。
And like I said last time, we'll even be allowing players who've earned all of the points available in a week to go back and re-earn any missed points from the previous week. The thinking behind this is to allow players the ability to better adjust their in-game play styles to their actual out-of-game lifestyles. If you want to play a little each day, earning as you go, that's fine. If you want to wait until the weekend and then earn all your points in a mad rush, that's fine as well. This updated system will allow you to decide how you want to play.
Yeah.
Big fan of that.
そしてですね、アイテムレベルの、成長ルートというのも大幅に変更していきます。
In addition, we're also going to be introducing new ways to obtain and improve gear.
もちろんこう霊式によるギアの成長とか、新しいギアタイプのものを別のルートでこう成長させるみたいなものをご用意しております。
We have a lot of new routes for upgrading your gear, including Savage gear as well.
ただこれ新しいタイプのコンテンツも含めて全体で説明しないとちょっと分かりづらいので、こちらの最後の詳細に関してはすいません、日本ファンフェスで改めてきっちりお伝えしていこうと思います。
And again, while we're going to be talking a little bit about it here today, there is really a lot to cover, and so we're going to have a more detailed explanation of the entire system available in Tokyo as well.
God damn it.
そして、14
We were supposed to get all the info in fucking Berlin about this. They're moving it back to Tokyo again.
2回のメジャーアップデートを1シーズンと呼ぶことにしますよというお伝えをしました。
Alright, fine.
As a mean to make all these play cycle changes a little easier to navigate, we're going to be introducing a season system that combines two major patches into a single unit.
アナハイムでもお伝えしましたが、シーズンパスとか課金をしてほしいとかそういうことではないので、改めて繰り返しお伝えしておきます。
Again, like we said in Anaheim, it's good to say it again. Remember, this is just a term that we're using to define already existing set of even and odd patches. There will be no season passes, no additional fees with the season. Just want to make absolutely sure.
Thank you. Worth saying.
それをね、強く言っておかないとね。
Yeah, we have to make sure you know, no additional fee.
さあ、北米でこちらもね、お伝えしました。バトルに関して大きなアップデートとして、リボルブとエボルブという2つのジョブモードが、実装されますが、こちらの開発も非常に順調に進んでおります。
Another big feature coming with 8.0 is the introduction of the twin job modes, Reborn and Evolved. Development on these are proceeding smoothly, and the new systems are truly something to look forward to.
で、まあ、何
What?
Fucking
What?
hecklers.
Okay.
まあ当然ジョブ数めちゃくちゃ多いので、俺のジョブはどうなる、私のジョブはどうなるっていろんなことあると思いますんで、エバーコールドのリリース前に、これらエボルブモードの各ジョブの詳細を徹底的にお伝えするという放送をきちんとやろうと思いますので、ぜひそちらまでねお待ちいただけたらと思います。
As again, these changes to the jobs will take place over the next few months. And I know all of you out there are probably wondering, what about my job? I want to see how my job is going to change or what's going to happen with the mode for the job that I choose. And so we plan moving forward to continue to provide you with the latest information, having lots of different programs that go into detail on the new action modes for every single job.
多分4時間ぐらいの生放送になると思う。
Yeah, it's probably going to be about a 4-hour long show, but we plan to cover everything.
An additional 4 hours?
さらにですね、
Fuck. I might have to do another stream of this.
ゲームデザインに切り替えていきますよという話をしました。
All right, we also talked, another big area of our evolution is the moving more heavily into character-focused design changes.
まあ皆さんのやっぱりねキャラクターにかける愛情というものが非常に大きいので、まあそこを中心にねより便利に快適に遊んでいただきたいなと思ってます。
Again, we know you love your character, so we want to give you all of the options necessary to make that character, that avatar, into something that really represents you.
はい、その一環として、アーマリーシステムの
And so the first and foremost being that upgrade to the armor.
Got your Moogle? Very nice.
アーマリーシステム 進化させることによって、ジョブごとのレベリングっていうのは今まで通りしていただくことになるんですが、
So first and foremost, again, that upgrade to the armory system, players will still have to level their jobs. But now,
レベルキャップに到達したの後、最もね高いアイテムレベルのジョブのアイテムレベルを他のジョブにコピーできるというようにアーマリーシステムもさらに進化していきます。
but now, after reaching the cap, the level cap, you'll be able to copy your highest item level over to other jobs that have reached the cap.
ただこれ気をつけて
That's
くださいね。
nice.
アイテムレベルを
That's
コ
super
ピー
nice.
される側のジョブというのもマックスまでレベリング終わってる必要があるので、レベリングの時からコピーできるわけじゃないので、そこはぜひご注意ください。
Just again, remember that you can only copy your max item level from a job that has reached a cap to another job that has also reached the cap.
もちろんね、
Not having to gear every job individually to like do new content is really nice.
それぞれのジョブのね装備を
Lets you swap around between jobs way faster.
So this doesn't apply to gear subparameters affected by materia and the like. So those who truly want to maximize their gear's potential still have the option to gather and upgrade the best gear for each job.
これによってでも気軽にね、
Which
いろんな
I
ジョ
don't
ブで
raid, so
友達のヘルプを
that's
した
a
りとか
non-issue for me.
霊式の練習に行ったりっていうことが本当に
Raiders still get to worry about their
気
gear.
軽に快適になるんじゃないかなと思ってます。
But again, what this system does is that it opens the door for players who simply want, for example, to be able to help out a friend who's looking for a certain job to fill out a party, or maybe you want to practice Savage with a different job. It gives you the opportunity to play the way you want to.
そしてさ
I
ら
don't
に
know
です
if
ね
people are going to
キャラクター
be doing
で変化が
Savage without your sub-parameters, but
キャラ
okay.
クターアクションスキンというものを導入します。
Another new system that
Practice,
we hinted
maybe.
at in Anaheim was character action skins.
これっていうのは何かというと分かりやすく言うとアニメーションというものが報酬として新たなカテゴリーとして加わりますと
Oh, thank God.
いうことになります。
So basically,
Please let me
what this
use
means
other
is that we're
gender-locked
gonna be
animations.
introducing variations of existing action animations that players that can equip to
I
their
want the
characters
female
after
Dark Knight
receiving
pose,
them via rewards.
even though I never played Dark Knight.
これによってですね皆さんのキャラクターを今よりもより個性的にしていくという遊びを想定してます。
And through this, ultimately, you can increase your character's individuality.
こちらはですね紹介の準備が整いましたんでお約束通り今日のねこのヨーロッパの基調講演で詳細を説明させていただこうと思います。
And again, as we promised back in Anaheim, we are going to give the details here in Berlin, and we're ready to show you exactly what we mean.
Thank God.
まず大きく分けてキャラクターアクションスキンというのはキャラクターのねこうアクションつまりポーズとか、いろんなこう普段テレポしてるアニメーションとかそういう
You
も
just
のを
say
指して
pose.
ます。
So, for the most part, character action skins are what the name implies. The set animations or motions that play when your character performs a specific action, like teleport or warp.
普段から皆さんが使ってるねこういうエモートもキャラクターアクションですね。
Emote actions are also character actions.
キッズ。
Hey, Doppel, welcome
Do in the armor? Yeah.
on. You haven't missed too much, actually.
ゴールドではそれをさらに、拡張して
It's been a lot of
キャラクターの
stuff they already talked about.
例えばテレポとかデジョンとか
The new job is the big one that they showed off.
アニメーション、ジョブアクションなどは、
Shut up.
ジョブアクションというのはジョブそのものの、攻撃だったり栄唱アニメーションっていうのを好みのアニメーションに切り替えるというのが今回のシステムになります。
So again, for Evercold, we are going to expand our current system to allow players the option.
It's called
to
Bastion.
assign
It is
different animations,
dual
not
great
only to
shields, and you
existing
punch them
general
with it.
actions,
It's like a
teleport,
monk paladin.
but also select job actions, including various attacks and casting motions. Basically, we're putting that choice in your hands.
で実際にこれ見ていただいた方が
Pretty
分かりや
neat.
すいのでジェネラルアクションスキンの、パターンっていうのを用意しましたので動画でまずご覧いただこうかなと思います。
But it's probably quicker if I just showed you, so let's take a look at some of the general action skins.
Hey, if the stream randomly cuts out, you know what happened. Cool. Yeah, that was, yeah, they're just firing missiles at my house. It's no big deal. No, there's a thunderstorm, like, right outside. It is raining pretty hard. It's not pouring.
So like
But
you
yeah,
saw in the video,
the stream randomly cuts out. I lost power.
limited to a single animation when using teleport.
Like I said, we knew there was gonna be a thunderstorm today, but we were. I wanted to stream anyways, and if shit goes out, it's fine. They're firing missiles to combat the wildfires. To control burn. The American strategy.
キャラクターをカスタムするっていうのがジェネラルアクションスキンのカスタマイズです。
So again, with Evercold, we will be increasing the number of available animations for this and other actions, allowing players to choose whatever fits the character best. You want to go to the light side, you choose that type A. Go to the dark side, choose that type B. This is the idea behind character action skins, allowing you to choose what you think fits best.
That is pretty cool. I'm so used to the floating, whatever the fucking instant transmission pose. Nice to mix that up.
なのでジェネラルアクションもジョブアクションもこうやって一部はね差し替えられるようになりますよと。
But again, this isn't just limited to the general actions like teleport. We'll be gradually updating our system to allow players to customize the animations of select actions for each existing job as well.
Nice.
Please show us an example.
2.0 から遊んでるよっていう方どれぐらいいます？
Okay, so first off, I want to ask, how many people have been around since 2.0, since ARR?
あ、すごいたくさんいる。ありがとうございます。
And Walker.
我々度重なるジョブのアップデートをしてきたことによってですね、過去にはね特定の気に入ってたジョブのアクションなくなってしまったとかいうのもあると思います。
So again, we've had many updates to the game since 2.0. And that sometimes means that we had to remove certain job actions that some players liked a lot.
Are they going to show off Kaiten?
そうですね、今回復活させて、特定のアクションに設定できるようになればいいなというふうに思ってます。
But with this new system, that means we can bring some of those back.
Just show us the fucking samurai so people will shut the hell up.
ちなみにです。アニメーションを交換しても DPS は増えないので安心してください。
However, please note, changing a character's animation will not affect your DPS.
まあでも気分はね上がるかもしれないからね。
Yeah, but your emotional DPS will go.
Emotional damage for a
さて
second.
こちらのですねこのアクションスキンというものをカスタムしていく要素のリリーススケジュールお知らせしていこうと思います。
All right, so talk about a little bit about the release schedule for these action skins.
まず 8.0 では
Is it
ジェネラ
going to come
ルア
out
クションスキ
before or
ン
after Evercold?
変更システムと、
8.0?
選択アニメーションをいくつか、実装させていただきます。
So the current plan is to introduce the system at the 8.0 launch and start by adding an initial set of animation skins for general actions.
で、
Try and install a tracker for EDPS. No add-ons.
カスタムというのはパッチ 8.1 から実装の予定をしています。
Then at patch 8.1, we'll be bringing the first round of job action skins.
まずはですね、
Okay, so general actions first and then job actions in 8.1.
こうやって自分の好きなものに設定できるようになりますが、
At the time of implementation of this new system, the plan is to have it available for many actions.
変更できるアニメーションの種類っていうのはどうしてもね最初のうちすいません、いろんな作業をしなきゃいけないので種類がちょっとね少ない状態から始まると思うんですが、
However, early on, options will be limited. It will take a lot of effort from our devs team to implement each one of these, and so we're going to need a little bit of time.
ただこのシステムを実装することによっ
It's
て
fair.
あとはアニ
You're
メーションを
magnifying or multiplying how many animations are in the game.
随時パッチによって種類というのも増やしていくスケジュールになってますので、ぜひシステムの実装だけではなくてそのアップデートで増えていくアニメーションの種類というのにもぜひご期待ください。
Again, with time though, we plan on gradually increasing the number of skin options to give you all the opportunity to make your character truly unique. It's not going to be a one-off thing. We're not going to implement the system and be done with it. With each patch, we're going to be introducing more and more actions as we proceed in the game.
We're gonna get those gentleman zombies version of the mandatory emote. Possibly. I'm not sure if it'll affect emotes.
アナハイムでお伝えしたキャラクターをね中心に添えたゲームデザインをさらに進化させるということで、キャラクターカスタマイズ関連も、アップデートを行いますという話をしました。
Of course, action skins aren't the only way we're looking to allow players to further customize their characters. We even have more updates coming in form of improved character creation options.
Yep, we knew about this.
まあこれら詳細はね、アナハイムの基調講演でお伝えした通りなんですが、
So we already talked about a lot of these options at Anaheim.
これ以外にもパッチ 8.1 以降ですが、順次カスタムの幅は広げていく予定です。
But in addition to these that we have up here, we have an even wider variety of customization options coming in 8.1 and beyond.
まずここに表示されている、
Oh.
ごめん消さないで、俺の絵はいいから。
Yeah. There you go. Thank you.
ここに表示されている内容に関しては 8.0 リリースと同時に実装されます。
So the things that you see here, we're already testing these, and these will be ready for 8.0.
今日せっかくベルリンでの基調講演なので、さらにアップデートしていくカスタム要素 8.1 以降の予定というのも今日ちょっとお知らせしていこうかなと思い
But
ます。
today, here in Berlin, we want to give you a sneak peek of those exclusive new customization options that are coming in 8.1 and beyond.
Go on.
まあそれが何かと申しますと、
All right. So what are we talking about here?
ララフェル、
Lalafels?
ビエラって
Viera?
鼻がちょっと黒いやん。
Oh yeah, so there's that little bit of darkening, that shading on the noses of Lalafels and Viera.
あとミコッテって
So the Mikote.
戦化粧、
Ah, yeah, the war paint.
これらをオンしたりオフしたり、
We'll be adding a new feature to turn these on and off.
種族固有のカスタマイズというのも幅を広げていこうと思ってい
So
ます。
basically, the plan is to increase the amount of options for specializing customization for select player character races.
まあもちろんね、世界観とか世界設定に基づく部分なのでデフォルトはオンにさせていただきますが、プレイヤーの皆さんに表示するかしないかというところの選択をお任せしようかなと思っております。
So again, in accordance with our game's lore, the default for these settings will be on because that's what the lore is. But whether to turn them off is now going to be completely up to you, the player.
開発のテスト進んでますので、スクリーンショット持ってきましたので、ちょっと見てみましょう。
And again, development is currently underway, so we have some screenshots to show you what we're talking about.
こちら今のね、オリジナルのララフェルですね。
So this is what we have the Lalafeld now.
こういうことができるようになってしま
So you can do this.
Okay.
う。ね、
That's a nice little
その
feature.
黒いの消せてます。
So yeah, that darkening around the nose, you can now turn that off for Lalafels.
That's nice.
さらにですね、進まない。あ、ビエラ。
You have the same with the Viera as well.
左がね、
Left is what we
That's
have.
a
in
little
now.
cursed for the Vieira, but I'm sure people like
オ
that.
フできるようになりま
You can
す。
do that on and off.
これらまとめるとこんな感じです。
Again, a comparative side by side.
男性も女性も調整できるようになります。
Males and females will be covered.
さらに
No longer a dirty potato. Yeah, we finally washed up.
The war paint.
なし。
That's a nice change because that war paint was very restrictive for Mikote. So I think it's bound to face type, right?
女性もですね。
That'll make people happy.
さらに more
Huh? Oh,
アウラ、
oh, we have aura as well.
角のパターンがですね、なんで進まないの？あ、
Fucking knew it. I knew people were gonna lose their shit about that. Finally, it's about time. That's huge. That's a big deal, actually. People have been asking for this for like fucking 6 years.
Right.
Probably longer. Probably since All Rock came out.
まあもちろん、今日紹介した
That's really nice.
だったりとか、これら以外にも変更箇所っていうのは、随時アップデートで増やしてい
Or
く予定です
bringing
が
their character creation up to the standards that have been set like by MMOs 10 years
There are
old.
even more updates coming with character customization,
Probably
but this
20 years old.
is all we can show you today.
That's cool though. That's really nice for the Aura.
まあね、本当に
I don't know if I'll take my nose shading off on my character, on Lance.
まあ非常にね、我々の不具合も
I'll have to look at it and see if it looks cursed. It's
おかけしてきた
his face is so locked in. It's hard to even give him a different
そ
hairstyle.
のグラフィックスアップデートを皆さんにやらせていただいたことによって、こういったキャラクターに関する
I don't know if I've ever seen how the horns can be modified on
この
Aura.
場を借りて改めてお礼申し上げます。
Ultimately, all these updates were made possible by our big graphics overhaul that we started back in 7.0. And again, we apologize for all the bugs and inconveniences that it has caused over the months, but thanks to your patience, this has created a foundation for us to be able to bring you all of these cool new features moving forward, so I hope the wait was worth it.
Thank you guys.
Oh yeah.
まあもちろんその新生エオルゼア以降ですね、まあ設定と世界設定と種族設定というものにまあこだわってきた、僕がね特にこだわってきた部分ではあるんですが、まあその設定にこだわるという部分を続けていくのか、自由なカスタマイズというものを優先していくのか、この判断っていうのはもう僕が決めるのではなくて、プレイヤーである皆さんに、その判断をね委ねて、その代わり選択肢を増やす方向に、進化していこうかなと思っております。
So since A Realm Reborn, it was ultimately my decision to limit player customization for the sake of maintaining lore standards. But now I've put that decision back in your hands and tried to provide even more freedom to let your avatar be who you want them to be.
I mean, it was also probably a technical issue that they couldn't do back in the day. That they dressed up as lore.
本当にすみません、ご説明した通り、
But I mean,
すごく喜んでいただいたのはありがたい
it is
です
what
け
it
ど、本格的なこれらのね種族個性のカスタマイズは、パッチ 8.1 以降順次で、進んでいきますので、楽しみにお待ちください。
So now all there is left is to wait. Like I said earlier, these player race specific changes that I introduced today will be rolling out starting in patch 8.1. Freedom, he says. The decision is in my hands, he says. Where's my frickin' butt slider then?
Hey,
The
hey,
decision.
hey. you remember Anaheim?
I remember Anaheim, the dice game.
The fuck dice game.
Yeah, the fucking dice game.
Just wait.
Wait. Wait.
Just wait.
Wait for.
No,
What?
no gesture.
Wait for the butt like this.
Secret.
It's a secret. Okay. Okay. We won't tell anyone. But you're good?
時間かかる。
It's gonna take time, but we're good. We're good.
All right, next up.
Is this gonna be one of their eternal jokes? That would be funny.
And long here.
I wouldn't mind that. It is funny.
No. Next, go. Next.
Next.
さあ、前回の基礎講演でもねお伝えした通り、コンテンツこちらも各種進化させて
I feel like they probably
ちょっとおさらいと
won't add a butt slider, but they
い
might.
くつかあるので、振り返りつつね進めていこうと思います。
Okay, so as you know, it's not only our character and game systems that will be evolving, but our content as well. So let's do a little recap of what we've gone over in the
Like based on how their gear models work, it would be a lot of work to do with a butt slider, unless they've done a lot of work on the back end to make that possible.
企画が今進行してます。
All right, so take our public fields, for example. We plan on evolving these as well.
エウレカみたいなこれまでね専用のこう探索フィールドみたいな形でフィールド探索型コンテンツとして、いろんな制作をしてきたんですけど、それらの経験を、取り入れてですね、 いわゆる通常のフィールドで
Fork on the back end. Shut
大
up.
規模なコンテンツ、
God
フィー
damn
ル
it.
ド攻略を進めていくみたいなもの
Fucking, you
を
both jumped on that.
開発進めてます。
So currently, we're working on ways to incorporate more exploratory
Sons of
content
bitches.
into the underutilized areas, creating exciting new experiences that were once limited to special instance zones like Eureka. Now we want to have those type of experiences now take place in the regular fields as well.
今のところ開発チームの名前ですよ。
And we're gonna, yes, but we're talking about butt sliders.
ワールドレイド
We're moving on,
と
though.
いう名前になってますが、変わる可能性が高いので、まあ参考までに。
So currently, our working title for this new system is called World Raids, but that's likely to change, so don't get too attached to it.
というわけで、そちらもですね、制作進めておりますので、今後にご期待ください。
Right, and again, that's under development right now, and we'll have more information coming soon.
続いてはですね、クエストの体験工場ということで、ちょっとね、エヴァーコールドのリリースに間に合うかどうかというところが、
This was in
非常に難し
Germany.
いちょっと大規模な
Land
こと
of
を
my
やって
ancestors.
おります。
And so while this next thing
I don't
might
know if
not
I
be
have family in
fully
Berlin. I don't
implemented
think
by
I
the
do.
Evercold launch,
I think there's somewhere else.
because it's a
But I have-
lot
I
of
have
work to
cousins in
get
Germany, I
into
believe.
the game.
それは何かというとですね、クエストの目的地
Yeah, I'm not putting too much
に
stock in the
対して
name to try and get more information on what World Raid means, because they said they're going to change it. So I don't know if it's going to be like an actual instanced raid or something,
we're
or
planning that we mentioned a little bit in
what it
Anaheim
is.
was automatic travel to quest destinations.
もちろん目的地を探すというのも探索とかね、遊びの一環としてあえてね、これまでそういった自動化っていうのを意図的に避けてきました。
So up until now, we've avoided introducing such systems as we viewed the actual journey from the quest giver to the quest as part of the overall game experience.
ただしやっぱりこう今ね、スマートデバイスのゲームの進化とか、それから皆さんね、タイムパフォーマンス重視する現代のね、生活サイクルに合わせて、オート移動などをね、実装することでより皆さんのプレイが快適に、はかどるんであれば、まあ、こちらも用意させていただいた方がいいだろうというふうに考えています。
However, such features have become commonplace in a lot of modern games and mobile apps. And in this busy modern age, we understand that your time is important. So if adding the option for automatic travel to quests can be a benefit for some players, then we want to help.
まあこれらのサポート機能を使わないという
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a mixed bag for me, but it looks like it's gonna be an option.
可能なように作っております
So that's kind of the best of both worlds. You don't like it, don't use it.
それぞれの事柄に合わせて使っていただければ
So that's nice.
と思ってます。
Of course, this feature will be completely optional. Players who wish to continue to tackle their quests as they always have, they can do so freely.
というわけでですね、今
Yeah, I think that's the best compromise.
自動移動
You wanna teleport straight there, you can.
機能ってまだまだ開発初期なんですけど、開発目標のサンプルが
Did they have something like this in FF16? I feel
ご
like
覧
they
いた
did.
だこうかなと思います。
So while this feature is still in development, I've brought along a concept screenshot to give you a better idea of what we have in mind when we mean auto travel.
こんな感じでですね、クエストの目的地までキャラクターオート移動してくれたりですね、こっちの方だよって
Oh, it just runs you there
So
manually?
having these guides to show you where you need to go, or having auto movement that will take you to that location automatically.
Oh, it doesn't actually save you any fucking time, it just does it for you. Oh, that's okay.
早いんですが、この移動ルー
Yeah, no, I'll
トを
pass,
快
thanks.
適に自動選択するっていうために膨大なデータ作業が必要です。
So creating the foundation for the system is easy, but doing all of the pathing is very hard, and it spans a massive amount of existing data. As such, its implementation of the game will probably be a little bit late.
だって、レルムリボン、ヘブンズワード、ストームブラッド、シャドウブリンガーズ、エンドウォーカー、ドントレイル。
That's a lot of quests.
Yeah. まあちょっとそれらの対応にものすごいすみません、データ的な時間がどうしてもかかってしまうので、これらのシステム、パッ
What about the level 15 quests going from like Oldada to Gridania? Yeah.
予定ですが、まあこういったね、新しい快適性みたいなところにも、取り組んでいるというお知らせでした。
And again, we want, because there is so much work that needs to go into this, we want to have a staggered release starting in the 8.0 and then going through the 8.x series.
はい、で
I
は
don't know if this is a
バトルコンテン
good
ツ
use of
の
development
進化
resources. I feel like this is not
Another
solving
big
the
area we're looking
problem.
to evolve with 8.0 is our battles.
you're not actually cutting out time because you're not teleporting. You're just running there manually. So, like, yeah, you can walk away to get a fucking snack, but it still takes the time.
まずお知らせした通りですね、既存の8人コンテンツ
So I feel like that's kind of pointless. That's a lot of work for not a lot of gain.
All of this evolution is going to start with our
Yeah, like how you gonna run through the
24 player
wild
raids.
zones and shit, like running into mobs.
アライアンスレイドの方は
I don't know about that one, Chief. That seems like a waste of
エヴァ
time.
ンゲリオンとのクロスオーバーになりますが、プレイスタイルの変更というのもアライアンスレイドありますので、それら含めてですね、日本のファンフェスでこれね、お約束通り詳細お伝えする予定です。
So we've already revealed the theme for our Alliance Raid series, Evangelion. But again, to learn a little bit more about the battle and playstyle, details surrounding this unbelievable crossover, you'll have to wait until Tokyo because there's a lot that hasn't been.
Yeah,
で
that's
すので
fair.
今日は8人レイドの難易度
Does it give the same protections as being on Chocobo from Porters? Yeah, that's true.
Today I want to focus a little bit more on the raid.
I mean, again, it's an optional
difficulty
system, so adding it or not doesn't really bother me. It's just the fact that they're spending time on it seems odd to me.
まずこちら現在ねパッチ 7.X シリーズまでの
Oh, right, this is their middle difficulty they're talking about.
All right, so up until now, through the 7.X series, we've had two types of raids, normal and savage.
This is another thing I'm kind of iffy on.
全プレイヤーのクリア率っていうのが
And like I mentioned in April, when we're talking about the clear completion rate for these,
ノーマルが 85%、
85% of all players complete the normal.
That's higher than I would have expected for a normal, actually.
14% から 20%、まあそれぞれ
That's a really good clear rate for
Again, but for
normal
savage raid completion, again, it depends on the raid. That number drops significantly to between 14 and 20%.
まあやっぱりここまで差があるというのはやっぱりノーマルから霊式までの難度差が激しくて、まあ、練習もしにくいと。さらにはねこう霊式の報酬っていうのが装備を取るか取らないかっていう大きな2つの選択肢しかないので、まあやる人とやらない人っていうのに、まあ、大きく分かれてしまっている。せっかくのコンテンツがあっても
That's just savages. What about extremes and ultimates? Good question, yeah.
The biggest reason, of course, is the difficulty and the amount of commitment it requires to prepare for these challenges. A second factor came down to savage rewards. The only way to obtain these was via the savage raids, meaning it locked out many users, ultimately resulting in this big gap in the numbers of players who were enjoying all this content that we had created.
そこで今回からこの間に新しい難度を作ります。
So to help alleviate this, starting with Evercold, we'll be adding a third difficulty between normal and savage.
そう、ノーマルとサベージの間にですね。
Yes, between the two, normal and savage.
その難度の想定ですが、おおよそ5区、
Lower than extreme. Interesting.
同じ程度か、それよりもうちょっと優しめというのを想定して開発を進めてます。
So to give you an idea of that difficulty, think of it as similar or somewhat easier than the current extreme encounters.
じゃあこれ報酬どうなるんだよみたいな疑問あると思います。
So some of you are probably now thinking, what about the rewards? What do I get?
ノーマルから今回の新難度を経て霊式へ挑んでもらうみたいな想定ですね、これ自体は。
Again, we want this to act as a stepping stone from normal to savage, where players can gradually hone their skills.
This can get you savage gear, just only with a little more grinding. Doesn't feel like it'd be worth it.
The rewards.
Well, let's see what they say here.
サベージをクリアするとレイドギアというのがもらえます。
So, if you complete savage, you get raid gear.
これは霊式をクリアすると直接ゲットできるので、霊式を今まで楽しんでる方はあんまりイメージ変わりません。
So, players who challenge the savage raids will have that opportunity to obtain gear rewards as they always have, directly upon clearing a raid. So it doesn't really change from what it is now.
そしてですね、今回新たなカテゴリーとしてシーズンギアという概念が出ます。
However, now we're going to be adding a new type of category known as season gear.
レイドギアというのとはカテゴリーが違うんですが、 この新しい難度をクリアしてシーズンギアを成長させていくことでレイドギアの、強さに少しずつ近づいていくというのが新しい難度の、報酬考え方になります。
So by completing raids in this new difficulty, players can now upgrade incomplete forms of raid gear or season gear, gradually improving that gear and bringing it closer to the specs of Savage counterparts.
ですので今普段から練習やってるっていう方どれぐらいいますか？
All right, so first off, I want to see how many people are playing Savage. How many people tackle Savage? Okay,
おおすごい。
that's a lot.
Yeah, their seasons are every 2 patches.
皆さんは
An odd and an
も
even.
う最初から別に霊式行ってもらって大丈夫です。いちいち霊式行くのに新しい難度クリアしなきゃいけないってことはないです。
So yes, players who are already comfortable with the current Savage difficulty can skip over the new
Yeah.
difficulty tier completely and continue to
You
play
equal
as you
real
always have.
gamers?
You
I think
don't
it's
have to
more the
clear
FanFest
the new difficulty
crowds
to be able
are
to go to Savage. You can go straight to
the
Savage.
most dedicated players of 14.
やっぱサメージ難しくていけないっていう人はこの新しい
If you're going to FanFest, you've probably invested enough to do
成長
Savage.
させて最終的にはサベージにぜひチャレンジしてもらいたいなと思ってます。
But it's for those players for whom the
Although I would be
Savage
curious
hurdle
about
is too
region
high,
clear rates.
they can take this new difficulty route, gradually upgrading that season gear. Again, players, you can use this as a training ground for attacking Savage as well. How you play is up to you.
そうもちろんねその新しい難度
I'm gonna pause this for a second. So here's my issue with this. Overall, this is not a bad idea to implement. It's just another difficulty for people who maybe want a little more difficulty with their content. You know, more options, more ways to play. Never really a bad thing. The way they're talking about this is the problem I have. Because it seems to me, based on the language they're using, that the idea is you do the normal raids, right? Then you do the new difficulty as a way to like train and get better, and then you go on to Savage. So this is like a pipeline to get more people into Savage. My issue with this is that I think there is a fundamental disconnect on their understanding of the player base. Because for me, and I know for a lot of people, I don't give a shit about doing hard stuff. And a lot of people don't. It's not that it's too hard or that the rewards aren't good enough, it's that they're not interested in the content. It's not what they want to do. So it's gonna come down to how many people they think they can move into Savage with this. I'm sure the clear rates for Savage will go up with this. I don't think it's gonna be like, they're not gonna get more than like 20%. Like, it's not gonna go higher than, I doubt it would go higher than 40%. Yeah, like a lot of people, like most gamers are casuals. That's what people really struggle to come to grips with, is that the vast majority of gamers are casuals. So, like, again, it's not a bad thing to add, I just don't know if they're gonna get what they want out of it. Yeah, I mean, if you don't do the content, you don't get the rewards, that's fine. I mean, I've been missing out on Savage content for fucking 5 years since I started playing this game, and that's just life. I don't really give a shit. I'm not interested. So I don't know. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of where I'm at, Doppel, is if I think that if it does poorly, they might scrap this. Again, this is coming down to, this is a lot of development resources to put into something, because they're effectively taking all of the versions of their raids that they had to make 2 versions of, and now they're making a 3rd one. So they're multiplying the amount of work they're putting on themselves. This is the same problem that they have with the auto movement to quest objectives thing. It's a lot of extra work, and I don't think it's going to alleviate the problem or solve the problem they think they have. So I'm getting a little concerned about how they're project management is starting to shape up. Because this is a lot of work to be putting into things that I don't think fixes the problem. And whether or not it's even a problem in the first place. Because, like, if they're concerned that enough people aren't clearing Savage, that they're wasting development resources on it, because they're making content for something that not a lot of people are going to play, now they're magnifying the amount of work they're doing to add a third difficulty. And I don't think that many people are going to get into Savage to make it worth it, right? Like, I don't know what their goals are for clear rates. Because, like, if they get, like, 10% more people clearing Savage and they're happy with that, great. Then I guess that's worth it for them. But the way they're talking about this, it seems like they want to get everyone who's doing normal to do Savage. And I just don't think that's going to happen. Like, I think the most likely scenario is that they're going to see a lot of people in normal start to do the new difficulty, and then, like, a portion of those will go to Savage. Because I've said it before and I'll say it again, I still regularly see people struggle in dungeons, in normal dungeons in Final Fantasy XIV. Regularly. Almost every time I run a roulette, I see people struggle. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure if they're approaching this from the right angle internally. Yeah, or they struggle or they don't give a fuck. Could go either way. Regardless, I don't think those people who struggle in dungeons are going to go for the new difficulty. No issue with the auto move thing. Just make it a free port to the next closest Aetheryte instead of a run, because I'm doing Paladin right now and the job quest starts you at Ul'dah and takes you to Kurthus. Yeah, like, teleporting to the closest Aetheryte automatically, that's one thing. That just saves you a couple button presses. You'd be doing that anyways, almost guaranteed. The auto move is like, we're gonna save the stress on their W key? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. That seems like a waste of time, because that's a lot of work to be pathing all that shit. Like, pathing is not, unless you plan for pathing in advance so you can generate that on the fly, that's a lot of work to do. Like, they said as much themselves. So yeah, I don't know. I'm a bit, again, it's not that I'm against the idea of the content, I just feel like the intent of the content is not the right direction for them to take. Because if they're trying to get more people to engage with the content they put out, I don't think this is the way to go. I think they just have to accept that most people don't want to do Savage. They just don't find it fun. Only pathing they have set up is Chocobo porters, so the framework exists, it's just adapting it, that's the issue. Here's the thing, do Chocobos have generated pathing? Or is it just a manually set path that they follow? Like, is it just a train ride? Because I would guess that it's a train ride, that it's a set track. It doesn't actually generate it when you go onto the Chocobo. But then again, I don't know if I've ever used a Chocobo, so I don't know that. But, like, based on how the certain ones in quests go, where you, like, jump on a thing and then it automatically takes you there, they did that a couple times in Dawn Trail, that seems manual. Yeah, I think it's a train ride. And the problem with questing is that now you have to lay train tracks manually to every single quest objective in the game. Or at least, even if it's just the main quest, that's still a lot of track to lay. So, the only way that this makes sense to me from a development perspective is they have figured out an automatic implementation of it, and they're just trying to work out the kinks. Doing it manually is psychopathic. If they're doing this manually, I, as a project manager, would be roaming through the offices with an axe and just fucking swinging it at people for doing something so dumb. Yeah, that is hundreds of quests. Those are hundreds of train tracks you have to lay. That is so much work. And the way they talked about it, that it's a lot of work, is like this is a Japanese company. They're no strangers to just doing things the hard way, which is not great. So I don't know. And again, I don't think it fixes the problem of it takes a lot of fucking time to get there. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like they have problems and they're not really clear on why they're problems. I think they're I think they're approaching these problems from the wrong direction because they don't understand why it's a problem. But again, it does come down to just internal projections on what their goals are. Like, they could get 5% more completion rate on Savage and be happy, and then it's like, alright, well, great. If you guys think it's worth it, then sick. I'm concerned about their goals.
エヴァコールド直前の PLL でもしっかりフォローさせていただこうと思います。
And again, you can use this new difficulty for a lot of different ways. You can use it to practice. You can use it to get better. You can use it to upgrade that gear.
Because they keep saying it's practice.
Again, I can
to like prepare to then go into Savage.
Closer to launch, we'll be holding a special producer letter from the producer live, where we'll be explaining this whole system.
And I don't think that's going to work.
ね、結局じゃあエヴァコールドのレイドのテーマ何なのって。
They mentioned it like 3 or 4 times how it's practice.
Probably the theme of the new 8-man raid coming up.
もうちょっと待って。
Okay, wait just a little bit longer.
今日話すから。
I promise I will talk about it today.
いやいや。もうちょっと待って。
Just a little bit longer.
理由があるのよ。
There's a reason.
さあ、次なる進化ですが、こちら。
Right. This is good. More matchmaking.
Again, so we'd like to recap, give you a recap of our same region player matching system.
こちら前回お伝えした通り、各リージョン内すべてのワールドでマッチングが可能になり、パーティー募集もリージョン内すべてのワールドで
Finally, 20th century or 21st century netcode.
Like I announced in Anaheim, we're updating and improving our matching system. This will allow for player matching and party finding within the same region, pooling all players in all worlds in the data centers into that region.
そうなるとですね、表示されるパーティー
Yeah, cutting roulette times will be
とん
huge.
でもない数に増えることになります。
This is very, very
As you
nice.
can probably think, this will result in a lot more hits in the party finder.
ですので、
So many new tags.
探すのがね今度大変になると思うので。 こちらの
We're gonna get the full brunt of people not knowing what the fuck they're doing, as God intended.
検索機能の強化というのも今開発を進めてます。
And again, this, depending on where you are or what time you're online, this could make it hard to find the exact party that you want. So we also plan on improving current matching and search functionality to make finding the perfect party easier.
そしてこの気になるリリースのスケジュールなんですが。
Yes, they said Bastion starts at 90.
Schedule for this is as follows.
まずは日本のテストスケ
Of course, they're
ジュ
showing
ール
that fucking scroll
が決
suit.
まりました。
So first, we'll be releasing the feature on our Japan servers to test it on.
まずは
Is 7.55 coming next week? Or this week?
10月12日にすみません24時間メンテナンスをさせて
I don't know when they
いただいて
announced that, but
リー
shit.
ジョン間内フリーマッチング、日本でテストを行います。
That's when we're gonna beat Aiden
current
Chronicle.
plan is that on
Ah, fuck.
October 12th, we plan to have a 24-hour
I might delay that, because this is 0.55 doesn't have the MSQ, so
ここで
maybe I'll move it back, because I think it's just Manderville and other stuff.
問題がなければ、
So we'll maybe do that on Friday, because I don't want to delay Aiden Chronicle too long.
このシステム開放していきますので、ぜひテストに参加をしてですね、いろんなフィードバックをいただけると大変助かります。
And then once all of the kinks have been ironed out, we'll be rolling out this feature in other regions as soon as possible. We'll have more information on system details as well as precise dates very, very soon.
できるだけ多くの方にテストに参加をしていただいて、
the black
負荷を
page
か
sprite
けて
mean?
いた
I'm
だ
not
く
sure.
ことによって、それらの不具合とかバグっていうのを修正できれば、早くできればできるほどね、皆さんにお届けできる、リリースタイミングがね早くなることになりますので、ぜひ皆さんの、ご参加お待ちしておりますし、それ以降ですね、その他、地域のリリーススケジュールちゃんと告知をさせていただきますので、ぜひよろしくお願いします。
And again, the more people that we're going to have this test period, the more people we can get to participate in this test period means the more bugs that we can find and the faster that we can fix it and make sure it's rolled out to everyone. So if you want to join us, please join us in this test so we can get all of that out quickly. Again, like I said before, we will have more details on the specific dates for each region and when we'll be launching very soon, and we'll let you know.
はい、
Okay,
よろしくお願いします。
thank you very much.
ちょっとお水ちょうだい。
Oh, you need some water? Yeah.
Fucking
Thank you.
dying on
すいま
stage.
せん。
I'm going to have a Red Bull.
ゲームの進化、それからおさらいとね、その追加情報に関してここまでとして、エバーコールドのね開発状況っていうのも次々ちょっとご紹介していこうかなと思います。
Okay, now that we've covered the big steps, let's take a look at where the development team is in regard to some of the more minor updates coming in Evercold.
各種アップデートのまずおさらいしていこうと思います。
Again, we mentioned much of this in Anaheim, so we're going to just speed through it.
Yeah, that armor's not comfortable.
もちろん各種
That man
レベル
is
キャッ
sweating.
プの開放がありますし、各種コンテンツいつも通り、実装されていきます。
So along with a level cap increase, the team is working hard on bringing you all new features such as treasure hunt.
もちろん新たなインスタンスダンジョンというのもたくさんございますし、こちら開発順調に進んでおります。
Work on all the new dungeons is also coming along nicely.
今回はですね、ちょっと追加のアートワークとスクリーンショット持ってきましたのでご覧いただきましょう。
We've brought some art and first-time screenshots to give you a better idea of what's coming in 8.0.
Hell yeah.
お
Okay.
なんか開発もね順調に進んでて
Hawk Manor 2.0.
Okay, so yeah, development on this one is proceeding nicely, so we brought an actual screenshot rather than art.
おい飛空艇の上とは思えないようなね、なんか異物みたいなダンジョン。
And it's hard to believe that this one takes place on an airship.
さあ2枚目。
There's our second.
こちらフィールドに見えるけどこれダンジョンで
That's
す。
pretty.
Again, this looks like a field, but it is a dungeon.
ほう見える動物はあれなんシープです
We。have the sheep, yeah.
猛烈に襲ってきそう。
Are they going to all gather together and attack you en masse?
Yeah, that's the first pull, actually.
ねそして3枚目。
We have the third.
なんじゃこりゃ。
That looks like a final boss
That's
arena.
the boss battle.
Yeah,
Yeah, the boss battle.
maybe.
The whole Mr. Switch 2.0.
Maybe. Boss battle.
Again, not beating the Shadowbringers 2 allegations.
なんとも不思議な感じ
We have already had Stormblood 2
Fantastical area.
with Dawn Trail.
さらに。
Ooh.
なんだ打って変わってね、この竜巻の中
This looks like it's inside a tornado.
落ちたら間違いなく
Looks like it's made of
バラバラになるでしょ
Barbaricia.
Don't imagine you'd want to fall off those platforms.
さらにですね、なんか遺跡みたいですね、これね。
This looks like some sort of ruins.
しかも遠くに
This
は
is
なんか浮いてる
that one dungeon in Shadowbringers,
Got some
Malik as well.
floating islands there in the back as well.
2.0.
さらになんか緑色のオブジェクトも見える。
We have
でも
something, that green thing in the back. Don't know what that is.
やっぱりこれ屋外っぽい。
Again,
Looks
this
like
also
some
looks
kind of
like another one
crystal.
those outdoor
でも
dungeons.
ダンジョンですね。これ
Dungeons.
は
Not Amarang. I wanted to say Amarang, but it's not. Malik as well, I
一転
think.
してこちらはこうちょっとダンジョンらしいね。
Yeah, this has the look of a dungeon, right? This is what we think.
まあ洞窟のようにも見えるんですけど、人工物多数ありますね。
Again, it's like a cave, but we also have a lot of man-made objects in there as well.
なんか王宮みたいに見えます。
This kind of has that royal palace look.
でもさ、
Excuse me.
床の模
That's pretty
様
cool
めっちゃ
looking.
気にならないこれ。
So you look on the floor and you start seeing those shapes on the floor.
絶対 AOE 来
You
る
know the AOE, where the AOE is going to come?
いや
That's
めっちゃ気になりますね
Actually, a
というわ
boss
けで
arena.
ダンジョンの開発も順調に進んでおります
again, work on these dungeons is proceeding smoothly, and we'll have more to release in the future.
そしてですね新しい、装備関連の制作というのも進んでおりますのでアートワークでちょっとご紹介しようと思います
Work on new gear is also proceeding smoothly, but we have some artwork for you on these today.
It's where the chandelier falls.
何がどのジョブか分かるとは思います
So yeah, I'm guessing you don't need me to tell you which jobs these
That's
are for.
ninja,
元
monk,
々のね
and
イメージを
warrior?
踏襲しつつさまざまなモチーフが、デザインに込められてますね
Again, so those designs and motifs are again used to match the feel of that each job.
おお
Victomancer,
お
Sage.
こちらもバトル
Red Mage
系のジョブ装備
Yeah, these are also more designs for the disciples of war and magic.
The Sage and the Red Mage look a lot like existing gear, especially
なん
Sage.
かめっちゃ映えそうだね
That red mage gear will kind of look great in a frozen landscape.
Yeah.
There's the samurai hat. I feel like they've only had that samurai hat like
クラ
once.
スモチーフの装備デザインというのも、こちら順調に進んでおりま
Got gear for our disciples of the land in hand as well.
す。はい。まあというわけで本当ギアは
I think gloves in
今
that
回
middle
ね
one.
ミラプリの進化というのもあって
Not sure what
本当に
class
いろん
that
な
is.
装備が、組み合わせて
Seamstress
着れ
or
るよう
Weaver?
になってますので、ぜひぜひですね新しいデザインのギア多数登場します
No
ので
points for guessing which one the one on the right is.
Again, we have lots of new gear coming in 8.0, and with our updates to the glamour system, we know that you'll be able to find the perfect outfit.
そしてですね
Still love that glamour
多数のですね皆さんにとっていいのか悪いのか
So nice.
え
Yeah, I think it might be Weaver. It's the only thing I can think of that would use
い
scissors.
ろいろ進んでおります
And of course, with new areas comes new enemies, new bosses, bound to cause you all pain and excitement.
Yeah, that wolf is
第
rad.
4世界脅威だらけでございます
There's a lot of trouble in the fourth awaiting you.
皆さんにとっていいことなのか悪いことなのか
Ooh,
Oof, lots of pain.
look at the cans on the one on the
なん
left.
かやばそう
Damn.
なのしかいない
Yeah, this picture's wild.
まあネタバレを好まない方が多いと思いますんでまあ
Oh,
見づらく
maybe
しており
leather
ます
worker? That doesn't really
Again,
say
not-
leather
trying
worker to
not
me.
show too much. We've kind of
I think
made
it is
all kind of
Weaver.
a mess, so we can't be too spoilery, but
Another wolf. Damn right.
めちゃくちゃ怖い
Can't go wrong.
this is pretty crazy.
Even better if I could get it as a
こん
mount.
な強敵たちと戦っていただくので、こちらもアップデートを予定しております
Again,
Here to support.
we have some crazy challenges planned for all of you, and we plan on adding even more, and we'll give you updates in the future.
まあ冒険を支えてくれるこれらね各種システムの中でも特に大きいのがこのコンテンツサポーターです
And we can't forget this update. We have big things planned for the duty support.
このコンテンツサポーターに関連する大きな、アップデートとしてこちら
And that starts with this.
Chocobo update? I think they talked about this, right?
あいたいたいたはいはい
Overhaul. Okay. You have my attention.
皆さん光の戦士たちの冒険を
Moagami getting an update?
チョコボたち
So Chocobo companions have long been a central component of the Warrior of Light's journey.
しかしですねレルムリボーンでこのシステムが開放されて以来
I mean, getting the fucking Chocobo in the first damn place is a pain in the ass. Gotta get like a goddamn license for it.
But since the system's release back in A Realm Reborn, updates and improvements have
And
been
it's just
few
as
and far
painful as it sounds.
エヴァーコールド、パッチ8.1シリーズからですね何段階かに分けて
Does Tank Chocobo actually could be able to generate enough enmity? Good
大幅
question.
なアップデートを行ってまいります
So with Evercold, over the course of multiple updates starting in 8.1, we'll be giving the system a well-needed overhaul.
まず
It's a pretty clunky system as is, so this is actually really nice.
Okay, let's take a look at some of the details.
まず一つ
Oh. We're pulling a monster hunter. Okay. I dig that.
バディチョコボを コンテンツサポーターとして、ダンジョンに一緒に連れて行けると。今までリクエストとしてですね、皆さん2人でダンジョン行きたい、チョコボをお互い連れてね、2人で行きたいんだっていうお声
Yeah,
たくさんいただ
Palico
きま
Chocobos.
した。これチョコボをアップデートして対応させていただこうと思います。
So the companion overhaul will focus on two main points. The first is bringing chocobos into instance dungeons to fight alongside
do you roulette with that?
you.
Good question.
We've had this request for such a long time from many players, talking about how they wanted to go into dungeons with just 2 players and bring along their chocobo to create a light party. That is now going to be possible.
They ought to fill the rules, I guess.
ただ
Yeah, I don't
これに
know.
育成パラメー
That's
タ
a
を
very
絡
good
めてし
question.
まうと、逆に使いづらくなって
MSQ
しまうと思う
roulette
の
with
で
chocobos.
バランスはコンテンツごとに自動調整させていただきますので、気軽に連れて行けるようなコンテンツサポーターとしてチョコボの活用を今計画してます。
So now we understand that depending on how you've raised your chocobo, this may put some birds at a disadvantage. So we're currently looking to incorporate a new system that automatically, again, adjusts duty difficulty balance based on your chocobo stats.
もちろんね、変則的なね、
Unsyncing with your chocobo? That would actually be really great for like old content. You're just trying to unsync it to get the rewards. Which is the only way I do Savage.
Again, this is kind of a variation of the system I mentioned earlier, but we want to have lots of options.
That could be nice.
Maybe even, for changing your chocobo's role to match your party.
そしてもう一つ、
The second half,
バディとして育
Chocobo
成システム
breeding.
を完全に作り直します。
we're going to do a complete overhaul of the current breeding system.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I knew there was a breeding system.
非常に悪くなってしまっているので、呼び出すためのシステムや育成そのものを完全
I
に
gotta be real with you.
新しい育成システムに
I guess there is chocobo racing, so there'd have to be breeding.
As I mentioned before, this system wasn't designed with battle in mind, so improvements are necessary to make it better fit with the new dungeoneering options. And so we will have a plan on overhauling this and the summoning system.
Yeah, for the chocobo races. Okay, so that makes sense. But I guess they're expanding that to be outside of racing.
So first I want to ask, how many people have their chocobo companion at max level? A lot.
もちろん皆さん育て直さなくていいです。ランクはちゃんと引き継ぎます。
Do not worry, your chocobo rank will not be affected by these changes and will be carried over. You
Yeah.
don't have to start over.
ちゃんとやりますんで。
I don't think I have mine at max rank because I didn't know you could get an item to raise it.
楽しみにしていていただきたいんですが、
So yes, please look forward to this new system.
こちらですね、パッチ 8.1 でおそらくダンジョンへの対応をやって、パッチ 8.2 で、育成システムの全、差し替えと一新というのをさせていただく予定です。
Okay, so please note that these changes are planned for after the launch of Evercold and will be coming in 8.1.
Scalpers buying out the onions.
dungeoneering
I
system will be
wouldn't
added
hate
in
if they got rid of the onions.
8.2
It's a very
that will
obtuse
have
system.
changes to, the chocobo breeding.
すいません、とにかく 8.0 ものすごい膨大な作業量なので、ちょっとまずはそちらを優先しつつ、ちゃんと仕様設計をして順次メジャーアップデートでどんどんいろんなこういったねシステムのアップデートというのもやっていきますので、よろしくお願いします。
Again, while we wanted to have this out early, we wanted to make sure that we concentrated on the main points for 8.0. We have so many things planned, and so this ended up getting pushed back to 8.1, but we're going to make it something great and hope that it is worth the wait. Thank you.
そうそう。
All right. All sounds good. The greens are gonna pop up in the market board even though they're cheap by NPC vendors. Yeah.
More?
Trying to scam people on the market board.
続いてはアライアンスレイドの追加情報です。
All right, so now we want to talk a little bit about the actual content coming in 8.0. First off, the Alliance Raid,
Raid.
but before that, some water.
Yes ただですね、まだ中身のお話はまだまだできないんですが、続報をお伝えさせていただきます。
And like we said before, we can't talk about the content of the raid yet, but we do have an update that we'd like to share with you today.
前回北米アナハイムで公開した予告編のバージョン2予告編
This man's gonna take an ice bath after this is over.
ご用意しましたのでご覧いただこうかなと思います。
All right, and that comes in the form of a slightly updated trailer to the one that we showed in Anaheim. So let's start off by watching that. Roll the tape.
Alright, well, your trailer had one image in it before, so if you've got more than one image, that's an improvement. Oh, this is gonna get claimed on YouTube. I'm just gonna do this now. People are gonna have to turn off their fucking music to run these raids. They just say they're planning it? Yeah, no shit. You're planning in it. I would hope you're planning it. Apparently that wasn't the trailer.
What's going on back there? Are we good? Can we try it again?
動画出せるの？
Is it good? We're good, right?
信じらんない。
Talking must really dry out the mouth.
Oh no. All of Japan is crying right now. How dare you?
ちょっと出せるようになったかどうかを誰か合図欲しいんですけど。
Are we good? Let us know when we can continue. Can somebody give us a yay? Are we still waiting?
Planned failure for hype.
待てばいいのか、言っていいの
Should
か。
we
I don't know.
wait? Can we?
This sounds genuine.
Any word from our production team back there? Please wait. Okay. Okay. We just got the word. Please wait.
Alright. I'll skip forward ahead.
Something like this, but you know, it's Berlin. Slight.
Alright. I'm still gonna have to mute this because it's fucking copyrighted music. Yeah, I hope they don't play copyrighted music in the raids themselves, because that'll make streaming them a nightmare. Oh, we worked on Mad Max Fury Road. Huh. Yeah, I can still hear it on my end. I just muted the desktop audio.
Thank you. We did it.
So that's it? That was just, they announced a guest artist? That's it?
エヴァーコールドで展開されるのは日本が世界に誇るアニメーション作品群であるエヴァンゲリオンシリーズとのクロスオーバーでお届けいたします。
So as you know, one of the most exciting announcements we made in Anaheim was regarding our upcoming Alliance Raid crossover with world-renowned Japanese animation series Evangelion.
Did say it was a slight difference, that's fair. I mean, they really worked up to this because they had the technical difficulties. All to have one extra screen and being like, by the way, this guy's working on it.
With the team at Kara Inc. on almost a daily basis, and production is coming along nicely.
でもなんか初号機のエヴァンゲリオン初号機のデザインが異なりますよね。
So, but if you look closely there, you can see the design of Unit 01 is a little bit different than what we're used to.
まあでも今は秘密。
But I can't say anymore.
ただですね、今日皆さんにお伝えしたいのはスペシャルゲストクリエイター参画のお知らせです。
But today, what I wanted to focus on was one of the special guest creators that we have participating in this collaboration.
なんと、偉大なアニメーターでありデザイナー、そして新エヴァンゲリオン劇場版でも監督を務められましたスタジオカラーの前田真
Are we gonna have a Metal Gear moment and have the Warrior of Light fight a suit? Oh, like Metal Gear Rising Revengeance? That'd be sick.
そしてデザイナーとして参加してくださっています。
So world-renowned animator and designer and director of the film Evangelion Thrice Upon a Time, Mahiro Maeda, will be joining us from Team Kara on Ghosts of Desire as a special guest artist and designer.
前田さんは日本の名作アニメーションの数々にね関わっていらっしゃってますが、
I'm gonna be honest. This is neat.
Over his career,
I don't give a fuck about Evangelion. I never really have.
Creation of countless Japanese animation masterpieces.
I think the suits are kinda neat. That's about it.
フィルオさんにも関わっていらっしゃいます。
but also took part in the films Mad Max Fury Road and Mad Max Furiosa.
I'm sure people in Japan are very excited about this.
ゴースト・オブ・デザイアでは
Probably plenty of people in the West as
前田さん
well.
のデザインがね、もちろんどのように登場するのか、実は非常に多数のデザインを今回担当していただいていますので、ぜひですね、引き続き続報の方楽しみにお待ちください。
So Maeda-san will be involved with the design of not just one, but several different facets of this collaboration, and we can't wait to show you them once they're ready.
いやーめちゃくちゃ光栄です。
If it was Gurren Lagann or Gundam instead of Evangelion, I would care maybe a little bit more if it was
2
Gundam.
分間の記憶を消滅させ
Depends on
All right, now that
which
the
Gundam.
past 2 minutes of your memories are just
That would
gone.
definitely be
ゴースト・オブ・デザイアの続報も
More
ご紹介
interesting to
で
me.
きたので
Now
次
we've
に
talked about Ghost of Desire, so next up,
次はですね、お待たせしました。
yes, it's about time.
まあもちろんエバーコールドでも
I never did check out the new,
PVP のアップデート、そして
like a video of the new
シリーズの
Ultimate,
コンテンツも続い
what
て
the
いきま
final
す。
forms are.
So in addition to our Alliance Raid
Check that
8.0,
out.
we'll also be bringing new 8-player raid series, updates to PvP, and an all-new Ultimate raid.
絶妖精乱舞、皆さんいかがでしたか？
Speaking of which, how was Kefka and Dancing Mad Ultimate?
配信も含
I
めて
didn't really
ですね
follow the
非常に
Ultimate, so I don't
盛り
know
上げていただきました。
what the reception for that was.
運営チーム一同、大変嬉しく思っております。
We here on the dev team have been extremely appreciative.
I
All
barely
the
remember
players and
Gunful
streamers out
Saturdays. I
there
remember
keeping
one
up
called
with the
Unicorn or something. There's a lot of
盛り
different
上がっていただける
Gundams.
コンテンツ、
There's a lot of
お届
different
けして
Gundam
いきますが
timelines. There's like the
We hope
main
we can
Universal
follow up
Century
with something
timeline and then
just as exciting.
a bunch of spin-offs.
お待たせしました。次
Oh,
は
that's the lights flickering. We might be about to lose power.
のテーマお伝えしていこうと思います。
And so I imagine the biggest question on everyone's mind is, what is the theme of the new 8-player raid series?
さて、そのヒントとなるまずはこのサウンドをお聞きいただこうと思います。
So, to give you a hint, we want you to listen to this track. Play it.
One-winged angel? FF7 themed raids? Interesting. This better not tie into the FF7 remake plotline or I'm gonna be so pissed. Don't make me try and untangle that. I'm not playing the third fucking game.
かつて X シリーズで、繰り広げられるのはファイナルファンタジー7リメイクシリーズとのクロ
fuck.
スオーバー。コンテンツ名は Beyond the Life Stream と言います。
For the upcoming 8-player raid, we'll be collaborating with Final Fantasy VII, the title of the raid being Beyond the Life Stream.
さあ
All I can hope is that the plot is somewhat easy to follow in the
スペシャルゲ
raids.
ストをお呼びしたいと思います。
That's all I need.
And to help give us a little sneak peek of what is to come, I'd like to welcome to the stage a special guest.
ファイナルファンタジー7リメイクシリーズディレクターの浜口直樹です。
Remake series director.
God, it's the Soul Raid area. I mean, if it's as simple as just having cool FF7 themed raids, then great. Don't make me try to understand the remake fucking plot. I beg of you.
初登場となりますね。では浜口さん、世界中の FF ファンの皆さん、
And the 7 remake to end so I can play it. That's fair.
ぜひご挨拶を。
We tried to play Rebirth and I could not get through
Your
it.
first time to appear with us on the stage at FanFest. Let's give Hamaguchi-san a few moments to say hello to the Final Fantasy fans around the world and words of life.
Part of the raid's gonna be Queen's Blood.
光の選手の皆さん、こんにちは。
Mandatory boat raid. What's wrong with it? It's so bloated.
リメイクシリーズディレクターの浜口直樹です。
I've never played a game with less gameplay in my life.
Remake series.
It's like
このですね
20% of the game is good, and like the rest is filler.
And this is my first time here at a Final Fantasy XIV Fan Fest.
Yeah, less gameplay per game.
本当にですね今日この場に立っててとても楽しみにしてましたし
They also fucked up the writing of a lot of my favorite parts of the original 7 story.
Such an honor to be here right now.
They rewrote them to suck, and I was not happy about that.
さあさあいよいよねリメイクシリーズ完結作のファイナルファンタジー7レベレーションも発売時期ね
It's also hella unbalanced, and the bosses are not fun to fight near the
期待
end.
がねこう高まっていく中でのこうクロスオーバーなんですがそのリベレーションのね開発状況とかそれにかける
It's alternate timeline 7 question mark. We don't really know.
コメントを
It's kind of a sequel to 7
So with the release
in a weird
of the
way.
final chapter in the Final Fantasy VII Remake series, Final Fantasy VII Revelation, coming soon, I can imagine a lot of people will have their eyes.
I mean, explanation is for what happened to Barrett and
So,
died.
how is development on Revelation going? And
I like the remake and Rebirth. I know a lot of people liked Rebirth. Most of what I heard of people who liked Rebirth was mainly that it's just a lot of game and they liked how much content was in it, which is valid.
Final Fantasy VII
I
Revelation
personally
has
did not
the
like
final
the
chapter,
vast majority of that
will be
content.
coming out next spring.
はいで
Remake I enjoyed for what it was. It was still definitely poorly paced and had filler in it. Not nearly to the extent that Rebirth did, though.
今開発チーム一同ですねこう皆さんのこう期待に応えられる作品になるよう、もうオンタイムで、開発を進めておりますので
I like Rebirth more than
しばら
Remake.
くお待ちください、
And the development team is really,
To
really
each their
hard
own.
at work to make sure that it both lives up to
I
all your expectations.
could
and
not bring myself
comes
to
out on
finish
time. So
Rebirth.
please bear with us just a little bit longer.
I checked out like halfway through the game and I kept playing and I was like, boy, this keeps going,
そし
huh?
てですね皆さんもご存知の通りではありますがファイナルファンタジー14も
Yeah.
来年の1月
Liking
ですね
Rebirth because there were more places to visit. That's what everyone says about Rebirth, is that there's just a lot of shit in it,
Final Fantasy XIV Evercold will be coming
which,
out in January.
if that's your jam, Rebirth is great.
こういったタイミングでですね双方の作品の魅力を感じていた
Yeah,
だ
I
く
just did not like the actual game itself.
ザ・ライフストリームを通じてですねこのファイナルファンタジーフランチャイズ全体の魅力を感じていただきたいと
Well,
思います
we went over that in the Rebirth
This is really the
playthrough.
perfect time to sort of
I
come
bitched enough
together
about it in that
united
playthrough. You can find it on
front
YouTube.
Final Fantasy to show what's great about both 7 and 14 in Beyond the Livestream.
It's a visual spectacle, I'll say that. If you're a big
でもちろんですね
big visually
このプロジェクトは
motivated person,
両チームで力を合わせて制作をしています
both Remake and Rebirth are very good.
Both teams
I
are
am
really hard at work
pretty
on making
neutral on
this happen.
visuals.
でコラボレーションという形で
My favorite game of all time is Okami, so it takes a lot to get me to give a shit about a game's visuals.
I'm really delighted to be able to have this collaboration with the 14 team, so we want to make sure that we're putting something really special together.
じゃあせっかくなのでレイドの詳細もうちょっとお伝えしましょう
All right, so because you're here, let's take a closer look at some of those crossover details.
タイトル
Yeah, I mean, Midgard Summer right at the start sucked ass,
All right, so the title, Beyond
and
the
then
Livestream.
Rufus broke me. After the game finally whittled me down,
8.01ですよ
Again,
Rufus
starting
fucking
at 8.01, not 8.1, 8.01.
broke my spirit.
全3回のレイドシリーズとして、今回もやっていきます
In the end, the collab will feature 3 full tiers.
そして先ほどねお伝えした通りノーマル
8.01. Oh, interesting. Is that normal?
難度でお届けしてまいります
Doesn't it normally start in the first
Feature
main
the 3
patch?
difficulty levels: the normal, the new difficulty, and
It's
savage.
been a while. I might be misremembering the patch cycle.
思う存分楽しめるように開発を進めております
And we're developing it so every warrior of light can enjoy the content.
そしてですね気になるストーリーシナリオなんですが、もちろんね浜口さんにもいろいろ協力していただいてはいるんですが
It's an FF7 concert in London 3 years ago.
The main scenario, we
That's a shame.
have
I do like
Hammer's son
the
here has been
music in
helping us
7.
out a lot with this.
こうなっております
The music is good in
This is
Remake
how
and
it's gonna
Rebirth. It's just weird at times, but it's good music. Yeah, if Sephiroth shows up, he better have a tank LB3 required.
チームからですね
That just feels necessary.
結構あのキャラクターも出したいこのキャラクターも出したいこんな展開をしたいみたいなものすごく高い熱量を感じました
So when we first
Trying to figure out what's on his shirt.
14 team, we really felt a lot of passion. It was like, so we're going to have this character, and then if we could have this character, and then maybe this kind of twist, this could be great.
まあだったらですね、やっぱこう我々のチームとしてもですね、本気でやっぱこれに向き合ってですね、シナリオライターとしては鳥山元夢を、参加してもらってます。
And then we were like, okay, well, you know, we've got to take this seriously too. So as
Well, and
scenario
Singer do it to
writer,
us.
we have Motomo Toriyama-san taking part as well.
Tanks need more
もちろん
LB3s.
シナリオの監修には野島さんにも参加して
That's the platform I'm campaigning on.
セブンらしい世界観やキャラクター設定
Is 14 my favorite FF? Technically,
感
yes.
じていただけるようなものになっております。
And
I don't really count it among other FFs because it's MMOs are kind of their own beast.
supervising the story to make sure that
But
everything
yes,
really
it is
feels
technically my
true to
favorite
both the
Final
character
Fantasy game. It's
and
my
the
third
world
favorite game of all time.
まあそしてもちろんね気になるデザインね
Healers need more LB3s. Healers only need LB3s when everything goes wrong, which happens enough already. Yeah, of course, fucking Nomura's doing it.
はい。
Of course he is.
もちろん
My favorite FF game that isn't 14, like an actual RPG, is FFA, which is controversial, but I really, really liked FFA.
はい。で当然登場のキャラクター、ボスのデザインまで含めて、やっぱファイナルファンタジー14の中でもファイナルファンタジー7らしさをしっかり感じてもらえるようなそんな監修をしっかり重ねています。
And when it comes to the character designs, the boss designs, we want to make sure that you can really get that
I wonder what the bosses are.
flavor inside of Final Fantasy XIV.
はい。まだですね、今日は
No, my favorite game after Okami is Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. So Okami's number 1, Twilight Princess number 2, FF14's number 3. Red Dead Redemption
I'm afraid
2
I can't go into much
is
more
number
detail
4,
today,
and
but I do
Suikoden
want
2
to
is
let
number
you know
5.
that the core
That's
members of
my
the team from the
top
Final
5.
Fantasy VII Remake series, so that's myself,
Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door used to be among my
We are
top
all
3,
heavily
but it has
involved
fallen over the
な
years.
のでファイナルファンタジー
But it's still in my top 10.
もちろんですけど、ファイナルファンタジー14の皆さんにもしっかりと楽しんでいただける内容になっています。
Apparently, I really like any
This is
game I can play as a
something that I
dog.
guarantee both Final Fantasy VII fans and Final Fantasy XIV fans are really going to enjoy.
まあ今さあ
Oh, fighting Genova. Yeah, I can see that.
キャラクターっていう単語が出ましたんで
I could see that being either the penultimate or the ultimate fight. Probably penultimate. I feel like Sephiroth has to be the final boss. It's just, he's too popular. They're gonna throw him at you.
You mentioned
It's Sephiroth.
characters. Does that mean we're going to be getting some important visitors from FF7 into the world of FF14?
皆さん誰が来てほしいですか？
Who do you guys want to see?
Fighting Vincent. Good question.
Reeve Twisty.
Could see it.
はい。最初こうファイナルファンタジー14のチームからもなんかこうこのキャラクターとかこのキ
The
ャラクターを
only
出し
the
たい
only character I want to see from the 7 remakes is
We
Scarlet.
did, of course, have plenty of initial requests from the
You know
14
why.
team about we want this character, this character.
You know why.
で今回一緒にですね世界観を話していく中でやっぱ我々のチームからもですねやっぱりもうこのキャラクターも出したいしこれも出そうみたいな感じでどんどん増えていってます。
And then as we were talking about the kind of lore, the setting where we were going this, our team was like, actually, can we put this one in too? What about this one?
でもね本当にちょっと開発チームには苦労
The generous camera angles, yeah. Look, I was just reading the subtitles, all right? They just happened to
And so
be
I do have
intercleavage.
to
That's
apologize to our development
it's not
team
my
about
fault.
the extra work we're giving
It's on the
them,
cinematics
but,
director.
I can guarantee that there is a lot of passion on both sides of this.
はいぜひですね今後の情報をお楽しみにください。
So please look forward to further updates in future.
all right. We'll have to see when that comes out if I'm going to be infuriated or pleasantly surprised.
チームが全力で
Fighting Palmer in Rocket Town.
お届けする Beyond the Life Stream
Good question.
エヴァーコールドのリリ
That
ー
I
ス
don't
と
know.
メインクエストが一段落ついたあたりのパッチ 8.0
I could see fighting the weapons. They could do another round of the weapons.
Beyond the live stream is a 100% collaborative effort between both the 7 remake and 14 teams. And we'll be
I know they
ready for
already
you
did that
with
in the
the release
Shadowbringers
of our
raids, but
first
do it again,
scheduled
fuck it.
post-launch update in 8.01.
Yeah. さあ今日ここでお伝えできる 8.X シリーズのその8人レイドについ
Yeah,
て
Diamond, Ruby, Emerald, and Ultima
浜
weapon.
口さんちょっともうちょっと
Do 'em
見て
again.
ください
So
Why
that's
not?
all we can talk about today regarding our 8-player raid. But I'd like Hamaguchi-san to remain on the stage here just a little while longer.
Yeah
One of the weapons ends in a cutscene of the Juano cannon murdering it.
なぜかというとですね、パッチ 7.5
Actually, the main gimmick of the fight.
お知らせございます。
Powering up the
Why
cannon.
you ask? Because in patch 7.56, we have something else coming.
事前にねお知らせした通り、9月8日に
FF7 remake collab quest.
So as you know, patch 7.56 drops on the 8th of September.
ここではですね、メインクエストパート2と新たなるリミテッドジョブである魔術使いが実装となります。
And with it, part 2 of the main scenario quests come out, as well as the introduction of our new special job, Beastmaster.
ただしですね、このパッチ 7.56 期間中にもう一つ
But a little while after the 7.56 release, we'll be introducing one more surprise.
ゴールドソーサーに新しいコンテンツが登場します。
A new attraction for the gold saucer is dropping.
I can't escape.
ファンタジー7のゴールドソーサーですよね。
But this is the Final Fantasy VII Gold Saucer?
あー、うん。
Look, it's
まあ
optional. I don't have to
で
do
も
it.
よく見ると、あ
I
れ
don't have to do it. It's not mandatory. I can
If you
come
look
and
at
go
it,
as I
you can see
please.
some, the Orzian font there at the bottom. So it's
これはあれですか、ファイナルファンタジー14のゴールドソーサーの中にファイナルファンタジー7のゴールドソーサーを持ってきた。
When we get Dio.
Are you telling me that you've taken the Final Fantasy VII Gold Saucer and you've put it inside the Final Fantasy XIV Gold Saucer?
まあまあまあ
Fucking Godbert
せっかくね
renovated.
オリジナルのゴールドソーサーがありますから、セブンには。こちらでね、
Putting Godbert and Dio in the same room is
こち
a
ら
recipe for disaster.
we had to take inspiration from somewhere, and that's the original FF7 Gold Saucer. So our new content we'd like to announce.
なんだこれ
The hell is
こ
that?
のコンテンツ、新しいゴールドソーサーのコンテンツ、名前を、キーバウンドブローラーと言います。
And the name of the new attraction is.
Oh my god, is it Typing of the Dead?
これはあれですか、タイピングゲームですか？
Is this a typing game?
Oh my god.
そうこれ。
That's great, actually. Okay, I take it all back. This slaps.
マルチプレイに対応した
Typing of the Dead in
That's right, it's an
FF14
online
is
typing game that can be played with up to
really
4
fun.
players.
これ本当ファイナルファンタジー14のチームは発想がものすごく面白いですね。
I just want to say that the
Get better at typing with
imagination of the
FF14.
team is inspiring.
Rip typing Rogadin names? Oh my god, you're not kidding.
ファイナルファンタジー7のゴールドソーサーを合わせるとタイピングゲーム。
I can do Merlwyb's first name, and that's all I got.
Final Fantasy VII Gold Saucer plus the Final Fantasy XIV Gold Saucer equals typing game.
ちょっと私の考えにはないです。
I mean, I didn't quite follow that train of thought, but
まあまあまあ、皆さんだってキーボード持ってるでしょ
There's like one person on the FF14 dev team who was like super addicted to Typing of the Dead.
チャットが苦手な人もいるじ
Finally
ゃん
brought it up at lunch.
Some people aren't that good at chatting with the keyboard, so
でも練習しようよ
now you can practice.
I mean, that's genuinely a fun way to practice typing.
10月28日にゴールドソー
Why
サ
not?
ーをオープンします
This new attraction hits the Gold Saucer on October 28th.
なのでパッチ7
Oh, the Jacques Tural names? Like Sheshnoezi Springs and
And then
shit?
you can
Oh
expect
god.
regular updates from then on.
That's torture. That might be worse than Rogadin names.
このキーバウンドブローラー今お話しした通りキーボードを使って遊ぶ
Or whatever
タイピングゲーム
specific
第一弾
subspecies of Rogadin have those names.
Keybound Brawler is the first in a series of typing challenges that we have planned.
There's
その
more?
第一弾のテーマがファイナルファンタジー7になってると
The theme for our first challenge just so happens to be FF7.
Okay.
行かないなんなんあいあいったファイナルファン登場するねエリアとか敵ボスも FF7 から登場するんですが
So you can expect lots of locations, enemies, bosses, etc. from the game.
タイピングして敵を攻撃する時のワードキーワードも
I mean, it's fun. Why not?
するものだらけです。
So you'll also need to brush up on your FF7 vocabulary, as you'll need to type those words to attack the enemies.
なので
I got it.
FF7 の中に登場する単語とか固有名詞たくさん出てくるので、
And again, there's a lot of, specific words to FF7,
ぜひ覚えてください。
so it's time to brush up.
まあこのキーワードブローラーというコンテンツですね、こうやってコラボレーションと、親和性が非常に高いので、第2弾第3弾またテーマを変えて、お届けしていこうかなと思ってます。
This type of game happens to be well suited to collaborations, making it easy to swap in different themes.
まあこういったシステムを作ったことによってクイズバトルとかそういったものを
This is
作れるようになるの
absolutely
で、
collab bait.
まあキーボードを使って遊んでいくものを今後も、いろいろ考えていきたいなと思ってます。
I mean, we can use it for things such as like maybe trivia battles or quiz battles.
Yeah.
Things, again, because this is a system that allows us to utilize our keyboard in these type of mini games, it gives us the foundation for lots of things moving forward.
まあこの第1弾が
That's
今
cool.
回はファイナルファンタジー7
I'm into that.
お届けいたします。
And again, that first thing being Final Fantasy
I
VII
never was an
collab.
amazing typer.
じゃあ
I'm
これって
like
例え
decent.
ば他のファイナルファンタジーのナンバリングだったりとか
I still, for the most part, have to look at the keyboard as I
テー
type.
マを切り替えれるってことですか？
So what you're saying is you could do another mainline Final Fantasy or even a Dragon Quest?
Yes.
いや
Ooh, Dragon Quest could be fun.
そうですね。なのでステージとか敵のデザインとかキーワードを変えて報酬もねそれに合わせて用意したりすることで、まあいろんな世界観それからね、コンテンツ展開していきたいなと思ってます。他の会社様でもご興味あるところ連絡お待ちしております。
Again, we can always add new vocabulary as well as appropriate prizes. This system, again, gives us this foundation for a lot of different collab opportunities moving forward. So if you happen, and it doesn't even have to be a game company. So if you're a company that wants to work with Final Fantasy XIV and have a typing game, please send us an email.
They're gonna collab with an HVAC company next.
なるほど。じゃああれなんですね。なんか我々のチームに結構報酬の
14 people are gonna get tripped up between Cure 2, Cure, or Curaga. Yeah.
Now you come to mention it, actually, we have had quite a few requests in our team to review rewards. Is this where they're going to be used?
まあもちろんリワードたくさん欲しいですもんね。
Again, if you're going to be playing this game, you're going to want rewards for what you do. So
モデルの協力とかね監修本当にありがとうございました。
again, I want to extend my thanks to the FF7 team for all of their help with the supervision and modeling.
キーバウンドブローラー第1弾の報酬の目玉こちらです。
But talking about rewards, this is what you'll all be keybound brawling for first.
I was literally gonna say, are they gonna add glams for the rest of the FF7 characters? Yep.
はい皆さんご存知のバレットと
That is gonna get a lot of people, especially that Tifa
い
cosplay.
や本当に監修ありがとうございました。
People are gonna go fucking feral for that.
All the supervision.
あれでもあれこれバレットのガトリングなくなっちゃってます？
But where's Barrett's gun?
まあでもさ、ガトリング腕につけると、普通の武器がほら触れなくなっちゃうんだよね。
I mean, as you can imagine, if that
Missing the gun, 0 out of 10. It's previous Barrett. It's pre-gun arm Barrett.
なるほどね。まあちょっと残念ですけどまあわかります。
I mean, I get it. It's kind of a shame.
まあなので、ファッションアクセサリーとしてご用意し
You
まし
just
た。
don't
Well, we
understand the
couldn't just leave it out,
reference.
so we made it a fashion accessory.
Never mind.
やっただこれだったらしっかりなりきれますね。
Okay, great. Now we're Barrett.
ファッションアクセサリーなので、ちゃんと撃てるようになってますんで。
And because it's a fashion accessory, it will be able to fire. So
はい。というわけで、キーバウンドブローラー報酬も盛りだくさんで皆さんのキーボードさばきに期待してます。
all right, so there are a lot of great prizes available to win, so break out your keyboards and get ready.
One of the
もちろん
atomic
ねタイ
scissors.
ピングの練習にもなりま
I
すし。
wonder if they're gonna do this for like a bunch of mainline Final Fantasy games. I could see them doing this for FF8 as well. Because FF8's got some pretty iconic
あり
outfits.
がとうございます。
So, again,
Because Squall is
thanks for
already
the,
a loyalty
wonderful
reward glam.
announcement there.
So they could do
Beyond the
Quistis,
live stream だけ
pretty
じゃなくて
iconic,
ですね
Renoa,
タイピングまでファイナルファンタジーの
Zell
コラボとなりました。
So we've got a double Final
Fucking
Fantasy collaboration,
Irvine.
not just with Beyond the Livestream, but also with
What's
the
his name?
typing game.
I forget his name.
やっぱり 同じ
Cowboy.
ファイナルファンタジーのシリーズとして両チームで一緒に盛り上げていきたいですね。
So this is a great opportunity.
Hell, maybe
for
you get
both
Ultimate
parties
Shield's
to come
outfit.
together as teams working on Final Fantasy to get the whole series going and hype.
Yeah,
even
revive the
more.
sniper.
まあなかなかねここまでの規模でシリーズ2つねナンバーを超えてこう連携して盛り上げていこうシリーズをみたいなのも初めての試みなので、すごく我々自身もエキサイトしてるので楽しみに待ってもらいたいなと思います。
Again, it's been exciting to work with Hamaguchi-san on this collaboration. And
I'm sure
our two
people are going to
projects together
complain
create
that both
something
the
that's
Alliance raid and the normal raid are both collabs.
2人とも偶然にもね
Because they've already complained about that in the past. So they're going to double down for sure.
The two of us have the same
But-
name, Naoki.
まあスクエニ全体のね開発をどう
It
盛
is
り
what
上
it
げて
is.
いくか
It
みたい
doesn't
な
really bother me that much.
実はこの数年タイトルを離れても一緒にかなり仕事をする機会がありました。
The two of us have been able to work closely over the past several years, not just on games, but also to kind of bring Square Enix as a company into a new era.
そうですね。お互いのプロジェクトだけじゃないところでいろんな関わりもありますし、今後さらに増えそうですね。
Yeah, I mean, we have lots of opportunity to talk, not necessarily about our games, but it seems like there'll be even more opportunity in future.
さあでは浜口さん改めて皆さんにメッセージをお願いします。
はい。まずファイナルファンタジー7リメイクシリーズ、本当に今完結作に向かっております。
All right, Hamaguchi-san, is there anything you'd like to tell the fans in closing?
So, first of all, as we've been saying, the Final Fantasy VII Remake
We have a
series
Noctis
is
Land? We do.
approaching its climax.
I think it was
14も新しい展開に
a
向かっています。
seasonal
And of
event,
course,
maybe?
Final Fantasy XIV
But I do
is
have
setting
it.
out on
It's
a
in there.
new, saga
I don't know if
as
it's
well.
obtainable right now.
このね、同じファイナルファンタジーのシリーズとしてですね、このタイミングで両チームで一緒に取り組めることをすごく嬉しく感じております。
And I am so delighted to have the opportunity to collaborate across Final Fantasies at
We're
such
spending
an
a lot of
important
time on
time
this.
for both teams.
Beyond the
Yeah, the car exists, and I know for a fact I have the Noctis
双
Glam.
方ですね。
So I know it exists. I just don't know if it was part of the same event or not.
ファイナルファンタジー7のファン
It could also be a loyalty reward.
楽しんでいただけるよう最後までやりきりますので、ぜひ
I
ご
don't
期待
remember.
ください。
We will be working our absolute hardest on both Beyond the Livestream, on Final Fantasy VII Revelation, to make sure that the 14 fans out there and the 7 fans out there can really enjoy what we're making.
最後にはなりますが、皆さんの本当に温かい声援ありがとうございます。今日はとても楽しい時間を過ごすことができました。本当に今日はありがとうございます。
And finally, thank you so much for such a warm welcome. It's been an absolute pleasure to be here with you today.
Doing raids with FF7, Dark Knight's going to get the Buster Sword? That's a good question on what the gear is going to look like.
Let's have another round of applause.
I'd be very curious to see what that looks like.
Naoki Hamaguchi, thank you.
Thank you!
Oops.
浜口さんにはですね明日 Day2 にスペシャルステージ直樹の部屋というのをコーナー
Honestly, the
がござい
Buster
ます
Sword might be a cash shop thing already.
For those of you who want to hear more from Hamaguchi-san, we have a special panel.
明日のその直樹の部屋スペシャルゲストとして浜口さんに
Yeah,
参加
Aerith
しても
White
らっ
Mage
て
for sure.
僕と FF シリーズ
Bear
の
would
開発
be
とか
Machinist
そうい
close
ったト
enough.
ークを
Tifa is absolutely
ここ
monk.
で行おうと思いますので明日のステージもぜひ
Yuffie would be
He will
Ninja.
be joining us tomorrow and talking all
Sid's
about
Dragoon.
Final Fantasy.
Vincent is kind of his own thing. Blue Mage kinda.
直樹ズルームね
Double Naoki's room.
はい
Kate Sith is
え
Moogle.
次もうそろそろ終わりに近づいてきたんでちょっとね時間もやばくなってきたんでちょっと巻き気味でいきます
All right, so
Target
we're
gets
getting
the split sword from
close to
Raven
the
Children.
end.
That should be
We're
for
running out of
Vipers.
time. So,
前回お伝えした14の任天堂スイッチ2
Red 13 would be Beastmaster. Red 13 is
so
just
next
a
up, we have a
dog.
quick update on the Nintendo Switch 2 version's release date.
He's like Yeti from
2026
6.
8月お伝えしていましたがついに8月4日に、リリースとなります
So, in Anaheim, we told you August 2026, but the exact date is actually August 4th.
いやもうね本当に長らく待ってもらったんでめちゃめちゃ嬉しいです
Yeah, we knew that you've been waiting for this for a long time, so we're very happy to bring this to you.
8月4日より各種パッケージの発売それからフリートライアル開始します
So, on August 4th, that's when the game
Yeah,
will
well,
go on
Vincent
sale, and
uses
we'll be
guns, but
kicking
his
off our
playstyle is
free
more
trial.
like Gao from 6 because he transforms into different beasts as part of his limit break. So that's what I would put him more towards.
First month free of subscription charges.
その後は正式サービスへ移行してプレイ料金が
Rufus would be the Beastmaster.
So
That's
after that
more
first
accurate,
month,
yeah.
We'll officially begin service, and subscription fees will incur where applicable.
すでに他のプラットフォームで14をプレイしていただいている方も任天堂スイッチ2版のサービス利用料金がすみません必要となります。
Remember, as I mentioned back in Anaheim, to play on the Nintendo Switch 2, you will require a subscription specifically for the Nintendo Switch version, regardless of whether you are already paying a subscription for another version of the game.
ただしですね、他のプラットフォーム
Yeah, they talked about this at Anaheim, and they're like, look, we're sorry, but we need you to pay for a subscription for both because it's a Nintendo platform and they're fucking dickbags.
That said, those who wish to play on a Switch 2 and retain their existing active subscriptions will get 50% off
It
their
is what it
Nintendo
is.
Switch 2 version subscription.
さらにですね、任天堂スイッチオンラインには未加入でも、プレイ可能なので、ぜひ予約の方をよろしくお願いし
For some
ま
reason, I'm
す。
seeing Vincent Glam on Samurai.
Nintendo Switch Online membership is not required to play, so those interested, pre-order today.
プリオーダー本当この後
I mean, hey, nowadays, you can put glam on anything.
ぜひよろしくお願いします。
You can make it Samurai Glam if you want to.
Later today.
さあ予約スタートできたらですね、公式 SNS アカウントなどでもお知らせさせていただきますので、ぜひぜひ
You
ご
can
予約
glam
の
if you
方よ
want
ろしくお
to.
願いし
You
ま
can
す。
leave
At
your
the official
friends
start time,
behind.
we will be doing a blast on our social channels, and so keep an eye out if you're looking to pre-order.
さてさて、今回お知らせは以上なんですが、発売日もね間もなくお伝えしていけるタイミングがね来るかと思うんですが、今日制作が進んでる、すいません、最後にコレクターズエディションをちょっと紹介させてください。
So, now that we know exactly when both the Switch version and Evercold are coming out, it's time to talk about the Collector's Bundle.
Yes.
Show me the money. What the fuck is that?
こちらがですね、天野義孝先生に書き下ろしていただいたコレクターズエディションのボックスアートとなっております。
So here we have the special box art commissioned to Yoshitaka Amano.
今回は光の戦士リーパー姿を、書き下ろしていただ
Have
いて
they
おり
already
ます。
talked about the
Power of Light is in
digital
full
deluxe edition?
Reaper mode.
はい、冒険のイメージ湧き立ちますね。
I guess they must have already. This is the collector's edition stuff.
ではコレクターズの物理アイテム群ご紹介していきましょう。
But the bundle is not just about the box, but about what's inside.
こちらがですね、コレクターズエデ
Valhalla
ィション
Odin
の
mount.
物理アイテム
Interesting.
です。
So here are the physical items that come with the special edition.
天野先生の書き下ろし
That guy, I guess, is just named Odin, huh?
パッケージにこれらアイテムを封入してお届けいたします。
They all fit in the beautiful Amano box to be delivered directly to you.
Cool.
ざっとですね、ご
If I had the money, I would
紹介しましょう
consider getting shit like
Let's
that,
take a
but
look at each one.
they're like fucking $800.
こちらまずはね、ハイクオリティフィギュア、今回はリーパーとなっております。
Right there on the left, you see our expertly crafted figure, the Reaper.
こちら生カ
Cool
メ
figure.
もいこうかしら。
All right, we have the actual figure here on the stage, so let's
ここにあります。
get a close-up of this.
いけます
Excuse me.
か？
I had to get up early today to pick up my parents from the airport.
これ。
Still a
今回
little sleepy.
フィギュアの制作はですね、方
I
針
got
もいろいろ変
4 hours
更
of
して
sleep.
より大胆でスタイリッシュなデザインや造形にこだわりました。かなり。
This time, design-wise, we aimed for something very daring and stylish and went all out.
That is a pretty cool
そして
figure.
このキーホルダ
I
ー
do
の
like
方
that.
ですね、こっち鍵ってずっと呼ばれてて、最近エイトスっていう名前がねついたやつですね。
So we've also included a keychain whose design is based on a certain key that we now know is called the Athos.
Japanese people love their keychains.
Yeah?
はい。
I've not seen
そ
a
して
person
まだね活躍
use a
をしてないのに
keychain
ずるいね。
in I think 20 years.
小さいぬいぐるみ、早くも登場
Where I
です。
live.
8.0 に登場する
That's
新
adorable.
たな部族、コットル族ね。
You'll also be getting a mini plushie of one of the new NPC races, the Kotor.
いやこいつよくできましたよ。
The quality is very good.
はい、ちょっと置いときますね。そしてですね、続いてこちらにあるのがですね、第4世界そのものをこう表しているというトレーラーにも出てきましたね。タペストリー、ミニタペストリーを今回付属させていただいて。
We also have a mini tapestry that we'll be providing. That its design is based on the one you saw in the trailer and represents the world of the fourth.
そしてね、さらにコレクターズエディションには当然
Still not getting any information that this can't be the FF5 themed expansion. I'm still holding on to my theory. I believe, in my heart of hearts.
Exclusive digital in-game items as well.
I am still ready to eat shit though.
But it's best if I show you the first one in a video. Roll the tape.
That's very FF. She's even wearing. I was gonna say that's very FF13 coded. She's literally wearing the lightning lamb. Oh, that probably confirms that this is the FF13 expansion. That makes me so sad. It could be both. But yeah, this is absolutely FF13. This is from 13. This is the battle theme. Alright. I dreaded that.
So the first exclusive collector's bundle in-game item is this.
8.0北欧神話モチーフが多いということで、ファイナルファンタジー13からバルハラオーディンがマウントとして登場しております。
So 8.0's design and story takes a lot of inspiration from Norse mythology. So the Valhalla Odin mount from FF13 seemed the perfect match.
もちろんね、動画にあった通り。
But that's it though, right?
And yes, like in the video, it transforms.
It's just the Norse connection. That's it. That's all it is, right? Please.
In addition to the mount, you will also get the Entreat Crystal emote.
光の戦士たち、皆さんがね、稀なる強者たちを呼び寄せる召喚エモートになっております。
Yes, this prayer emote, use it to silently summon the heroes of the realm.
そして今日ご紹介した新ジョブバスティオンのですね、クリスタル武器。
Is it 8.0 or 8.1 that has action changes? Oh, the visuals? I believe that is the general action changes are in 8.0, and then the job action changes specifically are 8.1. I believe.
So these three items are also available in the digital collector's edition as well.
ぜひ予約と購入をご検討ください。
So choose which edition is right for you and plan your pre-orders accordingly.
さあ、
I mean, that is a cool mount.
ありがとうございました。
All right, that's all. Thank you for sticking around for so long.
Bar condensing down to less actions to press on the bars. Oh, a reborn mode and evolved mode? Is that what you mean? That's coming in 8.0.
One more big batch of information coming in.
Because the new jobs are only going to be evolved mode.
But again, how was the keynote? Are you all excited?
All right. So there wasn't a ton more information in this fan fest.
Again,
It was a lot of what we already knew, but there were some more details.
And again, thank you for listening.
You know, evolved mode is coming with 8.0 because it has to because of the new jobs.
But now it's time to move on to the opening ceremony.
さあでは、まだスタートですからね。開発チームの皆さん、コミュニティチームの皆さん、どうぞ。
All right, let's welcome to the stage our special guests from the development, operations, and community teams.
Okay. We will pause. We'll let it go in the background, but The keynote is the main thing that we cared about. Let me pull up the stream playlist. And boop. All right. Yeah, so the next DPS will be on the third keynote. They confirmed that earlier. I'm just double checking. Oh, are they doing another? Hang on.
They weren't able to express certain very minor detailed sounds.
14版ではこの新しくなったビジュアルに負け
They
ない
said they were going to do another panel, but I couldn't remember exactly what it was
原作
for.
にはない細かな質感や動きを表現することを意識して
Create sounds which would match up to the new graphics. Their
のサウンド
sounds.
ゲームの中
Sounds are a set of sounds which the players will hear for quite a long time as they play through the game. And all
そして
sounds cheaper.
Talking about sound design right now. Right.
カマという
Was implemented, it had a new weapon which was a scythe, and it was unlike any other weapon that was in the game
Okay, no,
before.
they're just talking about sound design right now, which is interesting stuff. Sound design, very underrated, very underrated stuff. I just want to make sure, I just want to see if they're going to talk more about Evolve Mode at all. That looks like it's all sound related. What is this? That's just more about the fan fest. Oh, this is about Beastmaster, okay. Okay, so we got Beastmaster stuff there, so that's interesting stuff, but not what I want to talk about at the moment. Oh, okay, this is actually pretty in-depth. Alright, so it doesn't look like they talk anymore about Evolve Mode. Alright, I'll just, I'll leave that open on its own. Let that play while we yap. Alright. Yeah, they get an axe as their weapon. One-handed axe. Not a whip, weirdly enough. I guess they didn't want to animate it or something. I don't know. Well, that was FanFest Berlin. Yeah, like I said, not a lot of new information. A lot of stuff we already knew about. A lot of the stuff that we wanted to know more about got relegated to Tokyo, which I kind of knew that was happening, but, you know. Yeah, they also get a shield. But we did get some new stuff. So the big thing that they announced is the new job, which is Bastion, which is the big double shield. Yes, Ratanyan on that t-shirt was more straightforward than we thought, because it is literally just double shield guy. We thought it would get more complicated than that. Nope. So, you know, but that's cool. Double shields are rad. It does kind of look like Monster Hunter starting set armor. We still don't know what's going to be the ranged DPS. I'm still holding out hope for Gambler, because it's not technically an existing job, but it's something that should have been a ranged DPS a long time ago. And it's a pretty obvious ranged DPS class to me. So. Yeah, a lot of people called it, and a lot of people were like, that's too obvious. There's no way it's just that, and it was in fact just that. But it's still cool. I look forward to playing around with that and seeing how it plays. It does look pretty neat. It'll be really fun to look at as Lalafell. It'll look really silly. We got a little more visuals in the teaser trailer, which was mainly just showing off the new job, and that was kind of it. Narrative-wise, we didn't get a whole lot. That was mostly the same. Occam's Razor, yeah. The progression system, they didn't really give any more information there. That's still pretty much the same. They talked about the new raid difficulty. Raid tier, I guess. What do you want to call it? Again, I kind of went over my potential concerns with that. I don't think that it'll be bad content necessarily. I'm just a little worried about their intended goals for it and whether or not it's a good use of development resources. I don't know what their internal projections are, so my points are kind of moot on that. But it's nice to get more variety if people want something that's a little more challenging than normal, but they don't want to go all the way to like extreme or savage territory. That's a fun thing for them, so that's cool. I would have liked to know more about the open world stuff they're planning on doing, but again, that got pushed to Tokyo. The character creation stuff is cool. Taking off the like nose shading was a nice little touch. I might do that for my character or might not. I'll have to see how it looks. Again, I'm very particular about how I want Lance Freeman to look. I struggle with changing how he looks now. I can't even give him another hairstyle. It just looks wrong. So I'll see. But I can try it out. They did not expand on the main and sub-tank stuff, which was one of the things. That's why I went through looking through the panels to see if they mentioned that, and they did not mention that at all. The main and off-tank split. Because there was a lot of concern about that when Anaheim happened. And I think it's still a concern. So unless I missed that and that was somewhere, they did not talk about that at all. So we'll have to wait for Tokyo to see how that checks out. What else? Announcing the new raid being FF7 themed again. Fine. I hope it doesn't tie too closely into the remake and rebirth plotline because I do not like the narrative of those games. But if it's just like FF7 themed raids and that's kind of it, I'm cool with that. FF7 is cool. And then the Evangelion stuff. I guess that guest author artist guy is a big deal. Never heard of him. Hopefully it's good. Again, it's Evangelion. I don't really care about it, but I'll play it and I'll probably enjoy it. What else? Quickly check again if anything jogs my memory. Oh, the main scenario stuff. That one character dying a cutscene in the raids. Play and find out, yeah. So this thing, where you can now go through different parts of the story in different orders. So this is interesting to me. Because, for the most part, they've already kind of done this. They did it with the early bits of Dawn Tree, where we could go to the Kusama Uka or the Hanu Hanu one, like, first. You could pick either the Hanu Hanu or the Kusama Uka to go through first, and then you would go to the other one after that. And they've done that before. I think they did that in Shadowbringers as well. The big thing about this was more of the gameplay of the automatically adjusting difficulties of dungeons. That's, I think, the more important part of this announcement. The narrative being in different chunks, I could give a shit about. If anything, that just means that you're going to have 3 separate subplots that are going to tie in at the end. We've seen games do this. It's typically fine. It's easy to fuck up, but, you know, whatever. You know, narratively it is what it is. But the difficulty automatically adjusting to your level, that's more interesting. Because your level as a player is not getting adjusted, so you still have access to your buttons. So this to me feels more like they're rolling out an adjustment to getting down leveled for previous content, so you don't lose all of your buttons in a dungeon and have to remember what your fucking rotation is. For like, you know, you get sucked into fucking Sastasha and it's like, oh, I have 2 buttons. All right, how do I play this game? You know, black mages know the struggle. So I feel like they kind of buried the lead on this particular announcement on what's important here, because I could give a shit about going through the MSQ in different orders. I'm way more interested in the gameplay ramifications. So we'll have to see how that ends up. That could wreak havoc on the narrative of the game, because now they have to have 3 subplots that make sense in a vacuum, because you're going to be tackling them in different orders depending on what the player does. We'll see. I don't have the highest hopes for that, for the narrative of Evercold, given 7.5 and Dawntrail as a whole. I'm a little bit concerned, frankly, but we'll see what happens. Fucking Reaper getting put in Sastasha. I have like 1 AoE and 2-hit combo. I feel so gimped. Yeah. Viper's one of the worst. Viper's very backloaded. You don't get like shit until level 90. And then everything rolls in over the course of the next 10 levels. Getting down leveled as Viper sucks. New ways to raise item levels, interesting. That feels like there might be item level that is independent of gear. But we'll have to see how that shakes out. They said they were going to do more about that in Tokyo. Seasons we knew about. Evolve mode we knew about. Item level copying we knew about. The character action stuff is pretty nice. Having the different, like, teleport animations, that's pretty fun. And these look pretty cool, so I'm down. I'm very curious to see what all the different actions are, like, that they're going to change. Imagine doing Palace as Viper. Well, Palace you don't get down leveled, right? Or do you? I forget. You get down leveled to 50? I still haven't completed Palace of the Dead, because I just don't care about deep dungeons at all. I try to get through, and I just don't give a shit. I wouldn't mind eventually trying out the new one, but that means I have to get through Palace of the Dead, and I'm just like, I don't care. Start at level 1 and rank up from there? Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's not great. Yeah, this has potential to be a lot of fun. Just fun new visuals for general actions and job actions. I'm very curious to see what they're going to do for job actions. That's the main thing I'm curious about. Teleport having different animations is cool, but the animations you see the most are the ones you see in combat. So I really want to see what the options are there. So yeah, that's pretty cool. The character creation stuff we already talked about. All Raw being able to change their horns, huge. So nice. All Raw players frothing at the mouth, as they should be. The auto move thing that we talked about, this is a weird addition. Because this is especially odd to me, because when they introduced this, when they were building up this announcement, they mentioned that people like don't have time or something, or like there's systems like this in other games, which is interesting because what they announced here doesn't actually give you any more time. It just does things automatically for you. Yeah, it's odd. It's a very odd addition because it doesn't seem to solve any problems. So I'm curious as to why they're adding it. I'm just not sure what the problem is they're trying to fix. Because the one that I can think of is it takes a long time to go from quest objective to quest objective. And this doesn't help that. The amount of time you spend is the exact same. It feels like it creates a problem unless it's twofold, where it teleports you then moves you. I would have to assume it automatically teleports to the closest aetheryte. That's the only way that this makes any amount of sense. If you just run straight there, this doesn't even come close to fixing any problem. Like, it just straight up doesn't work. And it's a shit ton of work. Because they mentioned as such that it's going to be a lot of work to, like, path the characters to each quest objective. Which makes it sound like they're putting in manual railroads for every quest objective in the game. Or at least, probably main quest. I almost wonder if this was mandated by an executive. Like, an executive came down on them and was like, hey, other games have stuff like this, so our game needs to have this. And the developers were like, okay. Boss man said we had to add it, so we're gonna add it. Yeah, I mean, if it's pathing from the closest aetheryte, that's less work. But also, now you have to add, for every quest objective, what is the closest aetheryte manually. Because I guarantee you they don't have an automatic system to determine what is the closest aetheryte. There's no way they have that on the back end. Not a chance in hell. So they're going to have to set, for each quest step, hey, this is the closest aetheryte, and this is the path you need to take. Unless they do have a back-end system in the works to automate that. Because if they do, then this makes a lot more sense. But based on what they said, I don't think they do. I don't know. I don't know what it's like to be a fly on the wall at CS3 headquarters. I'm just speculating based on my own limited knowledge of game development. I know there are systems in place that already identify the closest aetheryte. Is there? I'm not familiar. What systems are those? That sounds like something I should be making use of. Also, I am sweating. I turned my fans down because I looked at the Aiden Chronicles VODs. You can very clearly hear the fans in the background when I'm talking. And I was like, I want to see if I can reduce that. But yeah, I had those fans on for a fucking reason. Oh, it's an add-on the community uses. Okay. So they could potentially create a system like that, but it's not in the game. It's done by a third-party program. Okay. I mean, yeah, that makes more sense because add-ons can do a lot for what the game doesn't normally do. Because add-ons have a much lower standard for being put into the game. This conversation happened a lot when they started cracking down on add-ons because of the one of the mod things got taken down. Yeah, I mean, it could theoretically be done. Whether or not they're gonna, I don't know. But regardless, even if it does teleport you directly to the aetheryte, still doesn't really fix the problem. Because all you're doing is just you're removing extra button presses for the player. Of having to click on the map, go to the nearest aetheryte, and then run there. You're not actually saving much time. Which I thought was the intent. So yeah, this is the weirdest announcement. I don't fully understand this. I doubt I'll use it. It pretty much just lets me take my hands off my keyboard and let my character just run places. Some quests auto TP you from zone to zone, so maybe they can make that an option. Yeah, well, that would be what would really fix the problem, is they just teleport you directly to where the quest needs you to go. Unless, you're like a new zone, you actually have to travel through it for the first time. Like, that you wouldn't want to travel directly there because you'd be missing a bunch of stuff, because you wouldn't be seeing the map for the first time. But there are plenty of quests in 14, especially now, in recent years of, like Dawn Trail especially, where it will just directly move you to the next quest objective at the end of the quest, or at the end of the quest step, which is nice. Big fan of that. So I thought they were going to be rolling out that, of like, we're going to add that to more quests, because yeah, that's something you have to do manually, but that's less work than finding a system to pick the closest aetheryte, and then also creating a path for each quest step. That's just you literally add a function call of, hey, at the end of this cutscene, teleport here. Easy. They didn't do that. I don't know why. Whatever. I mean, it's optional at the end of the day. It is what it is. Yeah. Yeah, they would literally just have a teleport coordinate called at the end. This we talked about already. I literally stopped to talk about this. I'm very concerned about their intent with this new raid difficulty. I think adding the raid difficulty is good. I think having an in-between difficulty level between normal and savage is a good idea. I don't know if it's going to do what they want it to do. Here's the thing. This intent, this idea of we have high-level content, or this kind of content, that we want people to engage in, and people aren't engaging in it, so we're going to create a pipeline to get them into it, so that we see higher numbers inside this content. This is exactly what happened to Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves went through this years ago, where they were like, hey, we're hemorrhaging players in our mainline content massively. It's really, really bad. So we're going to create safer seas where there are no other players to engage with, and it's just like a solo mode. And then people are going to get used to that, but what we're going to do is we're going to reduce the rewards for it in solo mode, so that when people get used to it and they want to get more rewards, they have to go into the main game and fight with other players. Didn't work. What they failed to understand in Sea of Thieves is that a lot of the people don't want to engage with that content. The mainline content in Sea of Thieves. They don't like playing with other players. They don't like that it's multiplayer. Like, the environment of multiplayer in Sea of Thieves is not fun to play in. And adding safer seas didn't fix that. It just gave them another option. This is how I see... That's how I see this going. Is you're going to see people go from normal to the new difficulty mode. And maybe they'll enjoy it. Some of them might go to Savage, but I think if anything, you're just going to see an in-between level of completion rates between normal and Savage for the new difficulty, and Savage completion rate is not going to really fluctuate much. You might get like maybe 10% more. And if they're happy with 10%, then great. But if they're hoping to get Savage up to like comparable to normal raid clear rates, absolutely not. They're absolutely insane for even thinking that would be a thing. It's a fundamental disconnect on what players want. Casuals rule the gaming market. You're not going to convert casuals into hardcore gamers. It just doesn't happen. That's just the reality of things. Played Sea Thieves for a while. I did too. I played for a fair bit. Like Fortnite no build mode? Yeah, exactly. You're not going to get people to funnel into build mode. You're just going to make a new mode that people play. Which is fine on its own. If you just want to make a new mode for people to play, and then they play it and they're happy. My main concern is they're putting a lot of effort into this, because now they're making a third version of the raids for every raid. That's a shit ton of work. Making one version of a raid is already hard enough. Now they're going from making 2 versions of it to making 3. That's a lot of resources to spend on this. So they need to be very aware of what their intent is and what their expected outcomes what their expected outcomes are. Yeah, I've never played. I think I played Fortnite once, and I was like, yeah, I hate this. No thanks. I have not played a multiplayer game in a long time. I do not like competitive multiplayer games. I am a turbo casual in my heart and my soul. Yeah, I don't know. I'm very worried that they're hoping that they're going to convert casuals into Savage Raiders, and it's just not going to happen. And that might waste a lot of their time. Am I going to play Baldur's Gate 3? Am I going to play it? I've already played it. I've played it solo and on Matt's channel as a multiplayer game day. Yeah, no, that's I think I played Baldur's Gate 3 roughly when it came out. Do I like it? I liked it. My main problem with Baldur's Gate 3 is a very personal one, which is that Baldur's Gate 3 is based on 5th edition D&D, and I've played so much 5th edition D&D. I've played the ever-loving shit out of 5th edition D&D, and I kind of never want to play it again. It's not a bad system, but I'm sick of it. It's not my favorite system. I have many other TTRPG systems that I like a lot more. Yeah, and they're trying to subvert the 2-minute meta for fight design. So this is an additional stressor on it, because now they have a third fight that they have to avert the 2-minute meta for. It's a lot of work. And I'm just not sure that it's a good idea to... Again, if their intent is, hey, we're going to make a second difficulty level, and if Savage gets 5% more clear rate, that's good. Great. Then everyone's happy. If they think that's a worthwhile thing to spend time on, great. But I'm worried that they're not going to hit their internal targets, whatever they are. But yeah, I played Baldur's Gate 3 twice. Once solo, which I didn't complete. I never actually finished the game when I played solo, and then I played it on Matt's channel on multiplayer days, and we did actually do a full playthrough of that. And it was a good time. But yeah, it's mainly the fact that it's 5e that just burned me out of it. I don't really have an interest in playing 5e anymore. I right up to the end on co-op as a tiefling. Nice. Yeah, like I think of like, how is this gonna change? Like, is this gonna move the needle for me? And I'm like, I do the normal raids consistently until I get all the gear that I have. Am I gonna do the next tier of difficulty? Unless there's rewards that I really want on it, probably not. Like, it's just gonna be harder normal content for better gear. And if normal gives me the gear I need to play the rest of the content, I don't really care. I don't need to worry about my item level as long as it's high enough to do the next patch's content. So, yeah. And they keep calling it practice. They keep referring to it as practice, which makes me think they're trying to get more people into Savage. And I just don't think that's going to happen. Because it's not about whether or not people can do Savage. It's a question of whether or not they want to. Yeah, you craft your gear because you're a crafter. You don't even need to worry about raiding. You're making gear for the raiders. Yeah, I don't know. This and the auto move thing really confuse me as to what their intent is. So I'm concerned on that front. Hopefully I'm wrong. But I think because I think part of the reason why they want to get more people into Savage is the thing that keeps people coming back and staying subscribed for a lot of the game's life cycle. Because people keep running Savage like week to week. And that's sort of the thing that tides them over as they wait for patches. Whereas a lot of like casuals just kind of fall off the game, and like a lot of them on sub. So if this is supposed to be like a player retention thing where they're trying to get keep people more retained, I don't think it's gonna work. Unfortunately. Made so much gil from crafting. Stopped a while ago. Made a profit of 12 mil gil from crafting and have some extra mats left over. Yep. That'll do that. That is how all of the gillionaires that I know make the majority of their money. Is crafting. That is easily the best way to make money. Although I've made, like, I think total around probably 20 to 30 million gil just playing the game. But I've also been playing for 5 years, so, you know. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about the new raid difficulty. It's a lot of extra work, and I'm not sure it's going to do what they want it to do, but we'll see how it shakes out. Same region player matching, huge. Massive, great, nothing else I need to say about this. This has been needed since the game came out, and I'm glad they're finally doing it. No issues. 5 out of 5. We got some new art for the zones, which looked pretty cool. Some gear, some boss designs. Let me take a look at this a little more. I mean, I see the giant cans over on the left, but what else we got? Got to do with the molten sword. We got this looks like a salamander. Like a mythological salamander. This thing, I'm not even sure what the hell it is. Got like Jormungandr in the back. Whatever this is. If we can team up on either, it's true. We don't have to worry about being all separated. We can actually play the game together. Not that we've played the game together at all. We could technically already do that, but we have nothing really to do together. We could. Chocobo stuff is really nice. I look forward to seeing how this this shakes out. I think this isn't coming until 8.1, they said? Yeah, 8.1. But a Chocobo overhaul is great, because the Chocobo is a really esoteric and obtuse system, and I'm glad that they are addressing that, because Chocobos have potential to be very cool. Hopefully they can fix how you get the Chocobo in the first place, because it's super weird and just like feels like trying to go to the DMV. Yeah, I typically play most of the time after I finish streaming. I don't normally play during the day. But, yeah, this sounds super nice. I look forward to seeing how this shakes out. If they could get rid of the Thavnir and Undin and just make it so that you don't have to worry about raising your max rank, that'd be great on its own. Because that shit's weird and annoying. Chocobo breeding is also very interesting. So, yeah, I look forward to this a lot. This could be very interesting to play around with. We have the Evangelion stuff, which they really tried to get the second trailer out, and it was barely different. Yeah, and then they did the FF7 normal raids stuff that they talked about, and I think that was about it. The typing of the dead minigame is a lot of fun. I really like this. I don't know how much I'll engage with it, but I love that it's a thing. It's a good way to improve my typing. Yeah, then the collector's edition stuff. I mean, that mount is cool, but it's from FF13, and you know how I feel about FF13. Like, it's cool, but it reminds me of dark times. And I don't want to get PTSD every time I hit my Mount Roulette. So, yeah, I don't know about this. I might genuinely skip the digital collector's edition just because this reminds me of FF13. even though it's cool. It's a far cry from the Arc mount from Dawn Trail. That one, every time I get it, my Mount Roulette, I'm like, oh hell yeah, this mount slaps. Well worth the money. And that's pretty much it. Would you rather get this as a mount or fight Bartandalus one more time at 14? Oh, I'd rather get the mount for sure. Bartandalus might actually make me crash out on stream. I can't do that again. The mount is at least looks neat. Yeah, I don't know. I'll think about it. Because I may consider it. Because it is still kind of cool. It's just like, FF13. Of all the FF games I've played, FF13 is the only game that I reserve the word hate for. Like, even FF10, for as much as I struggled with it, I say I greatly disliked. But I don't say I hated 10. 13 I hated. 13 I regret finishing. Fucking soaking. And goober. Wasn't fighting Bartandalus one of the only times that one of your characters actually had a brain? The only way to win is not to play. Oh yeah. In the narrative of FF13, spoilers for anyone who cares, Vanille, after Bartandalus explains that his grand plan is for the heroes to come and kill him, Vanille says after that cutscene, so the only way for us to win is to do nothing. Like, paraphrasing. And then they just don't acknowledge that, and then they go do exactly what Bartandalus wants, and then because of plot bullshit, he ends up not winning. Because FF13 is deeply stupid. Yeah. It's the smartest thing Vanille ever said. And possibly the only smart thing Vanille ever said. Yeah, so that's a fucking... 13's terrible. I hate 13. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll get it. Maybe I won't. I just hope that Evercold as a whole isn't 13 themed. I think the main reason they had them out is because they're both pulling a lot from Norse mythology, because 13 did that a lot with its summons. I'm hoping that's the extent of the thing there. I really hope they don't pull a 13 theme in Evercold. That would make me so sad. I'm still praying that it's FF5 themed. When you really look at the narrative, it's FF5. I have no reason to believe that's not the case yet. But yeah, that's pretty much it for FanFest. Not as much to talk about as the FanFest Anaheim, which I kind of expected. I knew this one was going to be kind of an in-between one. A lot of the information that we're hoping to get is going to be at Tokyo. So, but we got some stuff. Oh no, it's FF5 if we fight a tree. I mean, a giant tree is prominently featured in Evercold's material. Like, it's on that banner in the collector's edition. It's right there. So, we'll see. I mean, especially given the fact that they say that the kingdoms wanted for naught before everything went down. It's like, that's kind of the plot of 5, is they were abusing the crystals. But I digress. I made a video about it. It's fine. Yeah. That's kind of it for stream. I don't think there's anything else I really want to talk about. That kind of covers every major topic. We didn't really get more information about Evolved Mode, which is what I was kind of hoping to see more of. I was hoping to see a little more gameplay from other classes, but doesn't seem to be the case. New job looks cool. Can't wait to play it. Yeah. There's a new updates on Tuesday for this, but we're probably going to delay that to Friday, just because it's not a main MSQ update. It's going to be new Relic Weapon Stage, Manderville, and one other thing. I'll have to double check. Which we can kind of do whenever. So Tuesday we'll be completing Aiden Chronicle, finishing that up finally. And yeah, I think we'll wrap up stream there. Yes, we're getting the golden ending for Aiden Chronicle, unless there's more things that I require to do for the golden ending. But we're so far on track because we have every single recruit. So we'll see how it shakes out. I definitely have a lot to say about Aiden Chronicle when we finish it. I have a lot of thoughts on the game, and while I did enjoy the playthrough, having done 20 parts of it and doing a true ending run. I do definitely have a lot of gripes and a lot of things to talk about. So, we'll talk about that on Tuesday. But I think that'll be it for me, folks. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Beyblade, yeah. Thanks for everyone in chat today. Doppel, Morganites, Sprout said hello as well. Toaster. And everyone else who said that, I really appreciate you. And we appreciate everyone who was lurking. Let's see where we're dropping you off tonight, shall we? Let me just do this. I'll have to see if there was anything specific I missed on the like end panels, because I didn't watch those fully through. I just kind of skimmed through them to see if there's anything I really wanted to look at, and I didn't see anything major. But maybe there's something someone spotted. Let's see. Ooh, PBG's playing Pragmata. We haven't rated PBG in a while. Let's go say hi to Paberja. All right. If you've not joined the Discord already for stuff like stream lists, the stream schedule, getting in contact community and us, you can do so right there. And there are the other people I stream with. We're playing a Slay the Spire 2 on Matt's channel on Wednesdays. So go check us out there for as much longer as we do that, because we might not be doing that for much longer, because Matt's schedule is changing. So that might have to change in the future. So enjoy it while you can. And if you haven't heard of the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV, which has an expanded free trial that you can play through the entirety of Realm Reborn and all the other fucking expansions, go check it out right there. We just did a whole stream about FF14, about the new things that are coming. So go play it. I actually got one of my friends, my high school friends, to start going through FF14 again, and he's getting through Realm Reborn. We're chatting about it on Discord. Got another one. Anyways, have a good night, folks. Go see to PBG, and we'll see you here on Tuesday for the finale of Aiden Chronicle. Bye-bye. Yeah, we've been talking about the Realm Reborn MSQ. He's complaining about Titan. It's rough.